everyone, and welcome to the final finale, the finale of finales. All of the finales culminate here in this, the last finale of the season, through Hells and Back. I'm wearing my 9 Hells Legion Beadle and Grim shirt to celebrate the occasion. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, please check out these lovely links. Oh, just punch things. Check out our Discord, our Twitter, and our YouTube. You can come and be a part of the community. Send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you a game. I've got so many viewer games next season. So many viewer games. Like, literally, I will manage to get you a game. And I will stop punching my mic also, I promise. And YouTube, you can go and catch up on all the other things. Please also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press. If you caught any of it, Argo37 is the last stream, which uses their dark matter system, third-party content for 5e to allow play in space. Word on the street is they're going to be releasing a hardback book sometime in December, and Definite Facts will be on their booth at PAX U, so come and say hello. Also, check out our other sponsors, The Deck of Many. You've heard of The Deck of Many things. You might have heard of their animated spell cards if you've been tuning in over the last month, because I've been telling you all about them. But what I'm going to tell you about today is their Humblewood book. A hardback book which is being released in the next week. It's a fantastic book, more third-party content for 5e. It allows play with small creatures, and there's a whole campaign setting in here. It's a whole complete finished thing. So go and pre-order that now. Go and pre-order now. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Oh, hi, Bree. Oh, Avery will be joining us in about an hour. Oh, hi, Bree.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be running us through the finale. We've managed to make it all the way to the very last hard part of hell, the good old parts of hell that we all are so excited for, fighting the Asmodeus. I am beyond excited. Great day for it. It's Halloween. I'm ready for it. I am the now Elven Queen. Hopefully will be nothing but a guiding light of purity and happiness for our players. Nothing dark or spooky at all whatsoever. As Scrat said, I'm going to go around and we can introduce everyone to who we are and who we're playing, so that way we can get an idea of what's going on today. We're going to pass over where I normally pass over, which is our good friend Avery, Matt Bat, who normally plays the wonderful Paladin Thistle, who one-shots all of my demons, who makes me have to make this game much harder than it needs to be for everyone else, because Power Paladin. They will be back shortly and cannot wait to have them here. We're going to slide into our wonderful viewers today. We've got some great viewers, got some ready real spoopies. Some people also dressed up for the Halloween. We're going to start with our good friend Sean. Hello, my friend.
Hello. I am Denala Fit. Tonight, I will be commanded by the Maharishi. By day, a god in the corporate machine of industrial cybersecurity. He's really quite boring without me, though. He is honored to be part of this finale.
And we are honored. We are beyond honored to have Denala come and join us, being carried by the Maharishi.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited.
I've been stoked for days.
I know you just look red with joy. Tickled pink. Next up on our wonderful, wonderful guest of characters today, we have our good friend Ren. Hello, Ren.
Hi. I will be playing Agatha Delvaux, a young little wizard who probably got into more than she bargained for while going on adventures. And yeah.
I'm sure that Agatha will be able to handle the mental strain that is sure to come from the fellow characters. I'm sure it'll be so good for them. Speaking of mental strain, not that this character has ever caused it upon me by befriending every demon in hell. The man, the myth, the legend, our good friend Scrat.
The thing is, everyone in hell has been so nice so far. been beautiful
So
interacting with all
nice.
of them. Everyone has been so lovely. They've all helped us on our way, except for that one witch person. Yes, today I am playing Dandelion. I am a fey creature. I am a centaur who has found my way through hell. I am very pleased to be here. Hoping to alleviate the strain on all of the Hellions, as my god would want. I'm going to be missing Thistle for the first section, as I am concerned that if we have combat, I may actually have to pull my weight. And I have not been very good at this so far. I believe I healed a demon with my short bow at one point.
You are the short bow expert.
I may have caused -2 damage to it.
What can you expect from a holy man, though?
More holes, I guess.
That was very funny. I saw that.
Plenty of holes in the holy man. Well,
But,
hopefully we'll put no holes in this holy man.
As the Lion, though, I am very pleased to be here for the main event.
Very excited. We have all the plans in place. We'll go into a quick recap and we can just hop into this. Last week, the holy members of Dan and Thistle had made their way to the final layer of hell, Nessus, where they found a small hidden kind of waypoint for mortals on the plane. This was good for them because they were able to get some advice from a very spoopy woman who was definitely undead and the daughter of the ferryman from the very first game. Though her patience does not stretch quite as far as her father's, as every time Dan spoke to her, her frustration grew just a little bit more, but she was able to tell them that they had to find the packed primeval to get a boost in attacking Asmodeus, or at least speaking with Asmodeus, because maybe not fighting the Lord of Hell. Who knows? You never know. But the party traveled with two very friendly adventurers, because again, everyone in Hell is so nice. Dream, the Tabaxi, and Huhulin, the Goliath, traveled with them to the sacred temple in order to find this packed primeval. Going through cultists, hidden labyrinths, assassins, and a little bit of spooky demon magic, they were able to find the packed primeval, where they all had boons of sorts in order to help them fight the demons. They don't quite understand what these boons do yet, but as they travel on, Thistle had not been feeling well from failing a save. The dizziness kind of fell into a sleepiness. And Dan, you must carry Thistle on as you have left this temple. Your two party members went back to their waypoints. You begin to make your directional path to Malshim, the great city in which Asmodeus lives.
But look, while Thistle is unconscious, let's not tell them this, okay? Would not want them to ever think that they are any kind of burden or anything like that, but with them on my back, oh my god, can we move so much faster? I'm going to move at a trot. We're going to start moving there very quickly. It's going to be great. We're really picking up the pace.
Dan, you can finally move as you were meant to move. Complete freedom. And you travel across this wasteland until you see, kind of like a tip of an iceberg, a spiraling set of towers coming through one of these great trenches. And as you continue further to the city gates, you see that this great city is mostly underground. It is a luxurious and beautiful, dark and elegant city. You can see the fiendish architecture traveling below this great trench, and you see a large gate for city guards waiting. You see a woman of sorts standing very tall, beautiful face, hair pulled back into a large black ponytail. She has a great torso, and her torso and face itself stands as high as you do. But from her waist below is the great body of a serpent. She has 6 arms, and she's using, with 2 of them, to fill out paperwork, while the other 4 are holding swords, as demons are entering and exiting the city.
Hello?
And as she's writing, one of the hands sheathes a sword and holds a finger out as this very small, grubby demon goes, "Hey, mate, I just need to get back in there. I forgot my bags. My kids and my wife are in there. I gotta get my stuff so we can all, yeah." And the one hand that was holding to like stop you kind of picks up this little demon from like the scalp and just chucks it behind you. And you hear, "Ah!"
Oh no.
And now you can approach.
As it... no, I don't have that cantrip. Never mind. Oh, well, it sucks to be them. I wonder. No, that's a touch action. I'm not walking on it. I will approach and be like, hello, I hope you do not plan on flinging me too. I am somewhat larger. Huh?
And they look from their little clipboard down to you, standing at around 13 feet high. I've thrown bigger. Who are you?
Sure you have. My name is Dandelion, and I bow. I am a holy man from the material plane, here to speak to Asmodeus about some sections of amulet that me have collected, which I'd be very interested in acquiring from him.
This creature, who's kind of just been boredly moving around these swords, kind of just stretching her arms. All of them kind of freeze in weird angles. The hand that's writing, like you see the quill break. That's just the pure pressure.
Here, look, I have a spare pen in my pocket. Look, you can have this, okay?
You're a holy man from the material plane, here to
Yes.
speak with Asmodeus.
Yes.
Okay, and how do you plan on getting to Asmodeus? And she kind of leans over. Is that meat you have on your back saddle there? Is that...
No, this is another holy person. They are struggling a little bit with the hell thing. You know, it gets to us a little bit, but, you know, our divine radiance from our gods is helping us through. But I am hoping that you will be able to help me in finding Asmodeus. In that, that's the primary reason why I have come, really, is to ask you how I can perhaps have an audience with them.
I cannot assist you. I work as the city guard. What I can recommend for you, though, is I can tell you where there are more mortals than demons, and hopefully you can find your way to Asmodeus before all of your limbs get ripped apart.
Hold on. No, don't you be kidding me. You're not a city guard. You are far more important and dignified than a city guard. You must be some sort of noble official or something.
Roll me a persuasion.
Boom! No, that's the wrong thing. Boom! The primeval gives me advantage on persuasion checks.
There you go. It does.
At 22.
And her kind of like, she sheaths her weapons, puts one of her hands to her chin, two to her hips, while the other hands are holding clipboards. Oh, I have been saying that for a while now.
Yeah,
I should be doing better work.
How long have you been doing this city guard work?
Oh, for the past 6,000 years.
Oh, you are way overdue a promotion. And have there been any riots in all the time that you have been here?
Occasionally, Asmodeus bleeds out too many demons and they fight to the death, but...
I think you've done a sterling job, you know?
It's true. Perhaps I should kill my superior and take over.
I mean, you could take the burden from them. Perhaps they also need a vacation, you know? If you kill them, then you may be burdened with their job if it is not fun, whereas if you offer them a vacation, you know, and take over once they are gone.
Zelda's home. In case anyone was wondering, that's my girlfriend. She just got home from work.
But yes, if you offer them a vacation, then you can sample their job, see if it's any good, and then consider killing them when they return.
That is clever. Perhaps send them to the fourth layer for... Oh, actually, maybe to Glazius' lair. Who knows? That is a good idea, though.
If you send them to Malbulge, there is a lonely old woman there who would much appreciate the company, I am sure.
That is a good idea. Perhaps I will try that. And then I can prepare an ambush if I decide I like their job.
Perhaps, if they really like the lonely old woman, perhaps they will stay together.
I believe that is a good idea, my dear. You walk through these gates, make a sharp left, and continue going. And keep going, and don't make any eye contact with anyone. That is my advice for you.
Don't make any eye contact with anyone. Turn left at the gates.
Yes, and just keep walking. Eventually, a very scared mortal will find you and say, "What the fuck are you doing out here?" And then they'll lead you somewhere safely. But don't turn until it's someone looking very concerned as to why you're there.
Looking very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You mortals always look very worried.
Do I look worried?
No, but that is
honestly very much enjoying our conversation. You know, I am feeling very pleased to have met you.
I don't understand you, but I like you. Hopefully you will last longer than most.
Oh, everyone in hell so far has been so nice, you know. I'm sure it will be fine.
This is the hub of all demons, and Asmodeus has been very wiggly lately. He's been bleeding a lot more, so just be careful.
I will most certainly do that. And you have fun with your boss and the arrangements that you make. I look forward to seeing you in your new station.
And she kind of gives you a coy smile, and though her features are very human-like, the way her lips curl and her teeth show, it's very snake-like. The level of pleasure that she's derived from this. And she kind of snaps all of her 6 fingers, and as she does, these very strange little beasts with dog-like faces begin like pulling at this large gate, and they keep spinning as the gate rises just tall enough for you to get through. Turn left and don't look at anyone.
Turn left and don't look at anyone. And I begin a gentle trot.
And as you begin your gentle trot, it is immediate. There are demons everywhere.
Sean,
More
thank
demons.
you so much for that donate. Would you like to do anything with that?
I think you deserve 2 advantages. You'll need it.
Thank you.
Very good. You know this is going to be good. You know this is going to be a good episode. I'm very excited for it. Dan, you have turned into the city of Melshim.
Oh, have I heard about this? I might have heard about this. Maybe I researched it one time back in the library.
Roll me a history or a religion.
I would like to roll religion.
You may.
I missed.
Very good. So what you know about Melshim is it is the largest known citadel in the Outer Plains. It houses millions of devils, Asmodeus' entire army. You know that it is full of powerful, powerful demons and devils that come from Asmodeus himself. Though he seems very cool and coy, he seems to just make devils appear around him. Though the holy books don't seem to have an understanding as to why he does this. You do know that the city is held mostly by demons and devils. There are very, very few mortals that can exist and survive in this plane.
So as I'm trotting, I'm making sure not to make eye contact with anyone. But whenever I walk within 5 feet of anyone, I say, "Hello, good morning." No eye contact.
And as you keep your eyes straight, and you hear a few like, "Well, hi there, big boy."
Actually, I am a fey creature, but it's all good. Have a nice day.
Hi there, big fey creature. Come over here. Let me get you something to drink.
I'm afraid I have a mission, but thank you for the offer. Perhaps on the way back?
Look at those haunches. And you keep going, and you hear some other, like, big, brutish, like, masculine voices. Hey! Hey, you! Hey, you need to pay the toll to get over here. Come over here.
No, I need to keep walking, I am afraid. I am on a mission from God.
And as you say that, you hear like a few like, and as a fey creature, you can't be charmed, or you have advantage on charms. How does that work? I forgot.
Do you know, for the centaur, it says your creature type is fey rather than humanoid?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't actually give you the fey ancestry trait. So I'm not actually resistant to charms.
Really? Oh. Can you roll me a charisma saving throw?
Wait. A 19.
A 19. You feel the pull within your mind. You feel something trying to draw you back. You don't see them, so you can't tell who it is. But you know that there is some form of creature trying to pull you away from the way in which you walk. But you're able to kind of worm your way through the city until a small human man, probably 15, 16, comes running out in tattered clothes, hands in the air, and like pushes you and your like lower abdomen. Whoa. What the fuck are you doing out here?
The city guard said you would say exactly that. You are who I'm looking for.
The city guard? What? You went through the city gates?
Yes, I spoke to the city guard. They were wonderful. They directed me to you. They told me to walk left, keep on walking, don't make any eye contact. A lot of people were offering me a lot of very nice things on the way through, but I said no. I said no, I am on a mission from God. I need to find you.
A mission from who?
Oh, I am a holy man from the material plane.
I gotta tell my boss about that one. Come. Oh, do you have a corpse on you? We don't let corpses into our building.
No, this is a paladin. They are feeling a little under the weather, what with all of the hell. You know, it's difficult for them. Who is your boss? Would that happen to be Asmodeus? I am actually seeking an audience with Asmodeus.
And the boy just kind of like a small like noise comes out of them as their eyes are just wide with confusion. Just follow me. And he makes left into like these kind of alley streets and kind of sends you weaving and winding for a while before there's a large stonework building that seems kind of out of place here. But he leads you into these large enough for you to enter doors. And it seems very similar to the waypoint out in the plain of Nessus. Seems there are a lot of squatters here, people who are kind of taking on jobs. It seems to be full of more mercenaries than just survivors, though.
Hello, everyone.
And Danella, Agatha, why are you here currently in this little waypoint in the city of Malshim?
You first, Agatha. Please begin.
Well, I am a wizard trying her best to learn about the world. My family always kept me a shut in. So I went out and started trying to study with experience and ended up here on my travels. A strange place, isn't it?
You know, it just always seems to happen that way.
And also, you're a little quiet. If you can get any closer, gain up, that'd be.
Can do.
Thank you.
It's kind of the luck of someone studying. Sometimes you study abroad and you don't always get the choices of where you end up. But you have found
Exactly.
But you have found yourself in probably one of the best places and most dangerous places to learn. And as you sit waiting here, you sit in a room full of all sorts of folks. Fey creatures, humanoids, fiendish mortals, including Danella. Why are you here today?
Oh, I was also born upon the material plane as a youngling sent research and learning. Seems my masters don't feel I have. What did they say? The cojones to be in battle.
Ah, you've been shelved.
Indeed.
And shelved you very much so are. There's a small area with a set of books here that have been slowly collected over the years for mortals. Denali, you have a lot more freedom in roaming this city than most do, but it's often more comfortable to take a seat with the mortals as a little bit less books get thrown around when you're sitting here. But as you both sit and enjoy a warm or cold drink, depending on how well you feel in the house, you see a great centaur enter the building with a little boy that you know his job is to be quick. His job is to run through the city, find humanoids, bring them to safety, go back out and through. But he comes running in with a centaur who has a sleeping gnome on top, or an injured gnome, or a dead gnome. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. But Dan, you enter with this little boy, and he goes, Boss! I found someone who wants to meet Asmodeus!
Hello.
Why would you want to meet Asmodeus?
Asmodeus is currently in possession of some pieces of a magical item, which I need as part of a pilgrimage I have been set by my god. I have been through nearly all of the hells. It's been wonderful. Everyone here is so nice.
That is not the hell I have grown to know and love, but to it, what do you have on your shoulder? You carry something.
Yeah, this is a thistle. They are a paladin. They are not feeling very well in the hell. The hell air gives their holy being a struggle. So they're taking a little rest. I'm sure they'll be fine.
So, DM, am I to know where Asmodeus is?
Actually, yes, Denala. You would know where to find Asmodeus in the city, but you would also know that in order to get to Asmodeus, you will have to travel through quite a few demons to get there.
Well, I can see that you might be a centaur of such means, but getting to Asmodeus is treacherous.
On other steps? Is there a ladder? Is that it?
Agatha, would you be so kind as to tell our new friend what is in store for them?
Have any idea how many demons stand between you and Asmodeus? There's a lot of demons. I'm good at math and I can't count them all. So, I mean, it's a lot to do. Really sure you want to do that?
I am fairly sure that I want to do. Would these demons be the people who are haranguing me in the streets so pleasantly?
Perhaps if you've met one demon, sometimes they all look alike, but I'm not one to demon shame. That is not my place.
But they all seem so charming. Like some of them literally tried to charm me.
Oh, that's a good one. All the demons around us. I'm not a demon. I know I may look all scary, but I'm really just a tiefling.
It's all a matter of perspective. You seem lovely.
That's very kind of you, Agatha, dear. Do you think we should escort our new friend along to meet Asmodeus?
It's probably a good idea. It doesn't seem like he has much sense, does he?
He does not appear to be a spellcaster, does he?
No, doesn't seem like he has the finesse for it, really.
I know some senses. I know how to sense good and evil. I've only popped it a couple of times because it gives me a headache in hell, but I know how to do it.
Well, I'm.
Well, that's something at least, isn't it, really?
Well, something. Who knows what matters down here anyway? What do I know? I'm just a researcher, but. You got anything for us for this endeavor?
I can certainly get you something. Do you like candles?
I love them.
Well, I have 10 white candles and 10 red candles. And that's only the start. I also have some incense. We can make this place smell a little nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what you're doing with the place. It's a little musty. You know, my senses are not overwhelmed with joy when I come in, if you know what I mean. So we can maybe get some incense going. I have some holy symbols. We can really spruce this place up a little bit.
Look, I'll get right to the point. Do you have anything from, it was a place I knew in Faerun, the Yankee Candle Company?
I do not, but if we were to melt the incense into one of these candles, I'm sure we could do something amazing there. Perhaps we could start a new company, like the 9 L's in scented candles, huh? Incented. See what I did there? Incented. And then everyone would have a good incentive to come and buy them, huh?
As you say these terrible, no-good puns, the little boy returns with a woman. She stands around 5'6" and she's human. Her blonde hair is streaked with gray and pulled into a tight bun. She is wearing very, very old military regalia. They seem to be of wars from a time, Dan, that you could not begin to remember even in history books. She must have been in the Hells for a very long time. She has very broad, muscular shoulders, and they kind of stand with her arms crossed as she begins to approach you. What are you doing?
Me personally?
Yes, you personally.
Well, we are talking about sprucing the place up a little bit with some candles. The name we are still in question about, but we are looking at making the place maybe smell a little nicer. Maybe getting some key ornaments around the place to really, some key features. Sometimes less is more, I find. Oh, and
nothing of this place is... You're gonna go talk to Asmodeus. I don't give a flying fuck about the fancy smells or decorations.
Oh, well, yes. I also want to go and speak to Asmodeus, yes.
Why?
Well, Asmodeus has some pieces of a magical item, which I am collecting as part of my pilgrimage. It is my mission from God.
Pilgrimage? You know where you are, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the 9th level of hell, and we are in the city of Marcin.
So you do know where we are. You know the dead don't go on adventures.
The dead?
Yes. Looks around to like half of the people here.
I'm sorry. No, I am not dead. I am merely a visitor.
In a few souls.
Oh, don't act so surprised. You know I've came here from the material plane too.
You don't count.
Oh,
And neither does that one. You're all just a bunch of nerds. You don't go out picking fights with Asmodeus.
You know we don't like the N-word here.
She rolls her eyes so furiously they look like they could get lost behind her skull. So what? We got a horse, a dead kid, and two nerds going after Asmodeus?
I am not a horse. I am actually a fey creature. It's a small distinction, I know. But I am half human and half horse. It's known as a centaur. We are actually a unique race.
When I was alive, the fey creatures didn't... We didn't see them. We didn't interact with them. And she points over to...
The Those little curs. Those fakers.
She points over to this very wilted looking tree in a potted plant. Like this very wilted potted tree that's kind of just shriveled up. And goes, Gretchen is the only one I've ever met. And as she says that, you hear the creaking of the branches as this very, very tired, worn out dryad kind of turns, waves. She doesn't do so hot. It's hot here.
He looks a little dry.
We don't have water.
Like her humor.
I hate this.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
I have a feeling this has just begun.
Well,
Where is Avery when I need them?
DM, do I know this person personally?
You would know just about everyone here personally. You know that the woman in charge, her name is Helen. Helen is a very staunch, very kind of nasty and angry woman. You think that that's probably the only reason she's managed to be here so long. Most humanoids don't last very long in the hells, but she's often scarier than most devils that would approach you. You know the Dryad got here on accident, being carried through by some sort of mage that came in here long ago, a naturalist trying to bring the Fae creatures to the hells. Very hippie, but he died like 6 weeks in, so this poor Dryad has spent the past 200 years kind of shriveling in this corner.
And I step up to Helen and I say, all right, Helen, with your big to-do list here, Agatha and I are about to show this new friend to Asmodeus, and I don't want to hear shit from you again. And I try to intimidate her.
You can roll an intimidation check.
And I don't have that up. Where did it go? There it is.
A 12.
Oh. Balls. That didn't work.
You gonna live, huh?
He said, oh, balls. This is the highlight of my fucking day. I'm going to start using that. But as you start to like lean into her, she just kind of leans back. You won't have to hear shit from me when you're dead.
I would like to avoid the death thing. Personally.
That's admirable, but I would recommend you turn on your... I'd say first, get off your high horse. Second of all, go home.
Well, that is exactly my plan. As soon as I have that magical item.
What magical item are you after?
Look, I am not supposed to tell people because my friend, Thistle, they get very
The dead
agitated.
one.
Yeah, no, they're not dead. They are just having a little sleep. It's the hell. It messes with their complexion. Now, huddle in, everyone, okay? I am looking for the Amulet of Plane. I already have a lot of pieces. And when I have all of the pieces, we will poof out of it. And prevent any Hellions from taking over the material plane.
And in top volume, as Helen leans back. So what I'm hearing is you have almost all the pieces for a magical item to just transport in and out of hell. And the entire room grows silent.
Not necessarily in and out, but definitely out.
As you agree with this, two individuals stand up. Both of them half orcs. They look to be twin brothers. And they smack their weapons to their fists. We want those pieces.
They are useless.
Then give them to me.
No, they are useless until I get the other pieces from Asmodeus. But if we all work together, friends, then we can take the pieces from Asmodeus and we truly can live our dream. Tell me, haven't you ever had a dream?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Please let me start a full song in this bar. Please. I want them to burst in song. Advantage because of the primeval.
Yes.
Whoa!
One of them, the one who isn't shouting, like, slams her up and down. I had a dream once. I wanted to write poetry. But this one got us stuck here. And the brother looks. Don't look at me like that. You were always mother's favorite.
It's okay, friends. Let's work together. Our dreams can come true.
What kind of dreams? How could we do this?
I'm desperately trying to remember the lyrics to that song.
Google them real quick. Pop it in a tab. That's what I always do.
Well, Dan, is it Dan De Leon? Well, he does this. I use my legacy of dis and with thaumaturgy, I disguise self and become another image of Helen. And I look at Helen and I say, and what dreams did you once have as a little girl?
And Helen's still kind of caught up in this big grand wall moment and looking almost in a mirror of herself. Her very staunch and very muscular demeanor kind of deflates, and she looks very much so like just a simple human woman. I wanted to start a family by the sea. Have a garden and a dog. I wanted a dog so badly, but then the war happened. The war. And she begins to like weep.
Agatha reaches over and awkwardly pats her shoulder.
The second you do, she wraps her spare arm around and pulls you in for a hug. And it hurts your entire body as this woman is made of like 98% muscle, as you're kind of being pressed against her rock hard body as she bawls into like the side of your face. And it's loud and it's snotty and it's gross. And she's just not letting go.
There. I give a little wink to Agatha. It's like, you got her good.
Agatha's arms are pinned to her side, so she brings up her mage hand to keep patting her on the back and just going, it's okay. It's okay.
It was such a terrible war. I didn't want to, but I was the strongest in my family. My brothers were painters.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And then at this point, the orcs, upon seeing them cry, seeing Agatha cry, they also begin to cry. And before you know it, this entire area is just kind of overcome with a bunch of very emotional people clinging to each other. The tree, the dryad is kind of whimpering as well, but it's a very kind of dry wheeze. As everyone in this entire establishment is bawling, except for that one young boy who's just kind of sitting on like a chair like, I didn't sign up for this.
I lean over into Dan and say, maybe we should go now.
I mean, they do look like they are distracted, but I would feel bad about leaving them so sad. Maybe we can, I don't know, do something to cheer them up a little bit before we go.
It's up to you. I mean, it's hell. Used to living bad. But you do you, man.
Everyone has been so nice in hell. I don't know why everyone says to complain about it. I actually might visit there on my holidays, especially the boatman's place. The boatman was very pleasant. Do you know he grows flowers? And his daughter is most helpful. I I met the whole family, and I'm gonna lean in first of all to one of them half orcs, the grimace looking one, and I go like, I see you've got scars, lumps, and bruises, and something there that oozes. And let's not even mention your complexion, but despite your extra toes, your goiter, and your nose, I really want you to make a connection. And I'm going to burst into song. He's got a dream. He's got a dream.
Roll me performance. You
Oh no.
you
Bree,
have
how could you-
advantages.
I am using an advantage. This is exactly the sort of thing advantages are for.
I have a magic missile just in case.
Oh hell yeah! In this natural 20, in this moment, this great fey creature begins slowly and then louder and louder. This kind of song breaks in, and a young bard in the background begins to play like a small tune. And here, let's see if I can actually find something fun.
Meanwhile, I will try to get Agatha away from the death grip of Helen. I know
And
it's strong.
It is strong. You can roll me in probably in athletics with advantage because I'm sure Agatha is trying to wriggle her way out of this.
That would be me.
Yes.
Athletics. Oh, damn, strength is my dump stat.
It always is.
Yes. Hey, look
An
at
18
that.
though is very good. I thought you were gonna get like a 2 and a 3 because that's usually how it goes. Here, I found something called the Happy Alley in chat. Maybe I can in the game, perhaps.
Oh, come on now. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Come on now. It's all
And
right.
slowly you are able to kind of pull this very strong woman off. And she's wiping her face like this, is like snot and tears, and trying to get them off, wiping it on her chest. As the joyous music that Dan is creating gets louder and louder, and people begin to dance and sing and spin around one another. And for a moment in hell, there's kind of just a groovy little moment. Things are very uplifting as everyone kind of feels hopeful for Dan and his fellow party mates.
So your face leaves people screaming. There's a child behind it dreaming like everybody else. You've got a dream.
And in that moment, everyone has lifted their moods successfully, Dan. You've done it.
Okay, now we can leave.
Okay. And you can make your way out the doors. And once you do, you are back with the loud sounds of demons, devils, screams of torture. But you have an advantage, Dan, that you didn't have on your way in. Denali, you have a general idea of how to maneuver through the city safely and quietly.
Come with me. Just do what I do. And I just kind of hunch over a little bit. Don't make eye contact with anyone. And Agatha, you've been this way before too. Right?
Only one way to the library, and it's very carefully.
He knows what he's talking about. Just do what he does. Just hunch and no eye contact. You should know this by now.
Even like hunched over, I'm still like over 6 feet tall, but okay.
Admire the architecture then. Act like you're looking at all the neo-Gothic flying buttresses and such.
You mean like be a tourist? I have a map.
Yes.
I found one on the way in. It was by the notice board at the by the gatehouse. See, look, it's very pretty. The map of Hell there.
Oh, nice. You know, that's a little outdated, though.
It's also
we
only a
redid the west side.
Yeah, I can see the new aqueduct hasn't been put on this map yet.
Yes, yeah, I know, right.
Also, I've begun to kind of have this like very good mental image of Denala and Agatha kind of existing together in like Malshim trying to survive, like this big angry I wanted to be a soldier tiefling, and this kind of small human kind of falling behind. Like, this is a good bodyguard to have. Smart enough, won't let me die. This is very good.
He's able to read. We can hang out.
I mean, yeah, it's probably an advantage to a lot of the folks that are here. Probably a leg up on that. Someone you can discuss some intellectual works with. But you begin this winding and weaving through the city, and it is beautiful, Dan. From a purveyor of architecture, it is stunning. This city seemed to be created by someone who had a godly touch. Perhaps not a holy god, but definitely a godly touch.
No, but
And
you
it
can
is-
still appreciate celestialism even when it is not particularly celestial. I appreciate this.
It's true. There are demons and devils everywhere, tearing each other apart, though, as you walk. You see them on rooftops, shredding each other. Screams of fighting happening and through every angle. And as you're leading Denalo, can you roll me a survival check?
I'd be happy to. Excuse me. Quiet, I'm older.
Just so...
Yes, even at my age, we don't stop really growing in hell. So, see, that's also my dump stat.
And as you kind of make a right turn as to the way you normally would go to the library, you realize that the actual layout of the city has changed. There must have been a rapid influx of new devils, so they must have had to change the way the city was shaped in order to make new room. This happens from time to time. The unfortunate fact of the matter, though, is that means you're going to have to ask someone.
Agatha, I have been not to be of any real great service, so please, if you would, could you ask directions?
I would be happy to. I look a little less threatening than you do anyway. It's probably for the best. And she approaches her by demon and just taps them on the elbow. They're much taller than she is and just like, excuse me. Excuse me?
And you tap what seems to be a very feminine individual in dark plate armor with large horns that go above their head that is also in a plate helmet with great red feathered wings. They carry a whip and a large sword. Yes, exactly. Literally exactly what you look to. You see
Someone just got the Avernus stuff recently.
Yeah, and I'm liking it. I'm glad you can pull out these little reference cards for me. But this creature turns, looks over you for a second before down sweeping. A human.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Hi. Would you happen to know the way to the library? You seem to have gotten a little bit turned around.
How did you get here? Are there mortals in this city?
You know, a couple of us. I got in on the wrong student exchange program. You have an exchange program, so students sometimes.
And this individual, like the rapid fire of emotions that they probably never feel, like confusion and not understanding. They're so dumbfounded. So you came here on purpose?
Well, not here on purpose. I put my name in for a lottery and I just kind of got picked, so it wasn't exactly on purpose, but I knew it was a chance, and I mean, I didn't back out, so I guess, yes, on purpose.
She reaches down and they pinch your cheeks and kind of boop your nose and kind of touch your hair. And they kind of get all personal into your face realm, kind of like yank on your ears a little bit to see if they're like real. My word.
Oh, yes. She brings her clothes out and kind of brushes her hair back.
The library. One moment, please. and they squat a little bit before leaping into the air, their wings kind of pulling them above while they're looking for the location of the library.
Oh, I'm one fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Way down deep inside, I've got.
And as you hum that tune, this creature lands hard, and the ground actually shakes beneath them, leaving small indentations where their plate heels smash into the ground. You're very close. Just keep going down this road and make a right.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. You've been a great big help.
Yes. And that's all they say as they stare from you to Denala and then kind of cock their head at Dan.
Hello.
Ooh.
They're with me.
You have strange company, Denala.
Well, you have a strange foyer and a poor taste in art.
Well, I commissioned that art. I paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah, well, you should get your money back. Thank you for the directions. Ta-ta!
And they frown.
Oh no.
Like a very angry frown as you walk by them.
It's fine. I've known the Phillips for years. They think they know what they're doing here, but they're really just fakers. Good for a breeze. Good for a coffee once in a while, but I'm sorry, Agatha. What was that?
I was just gonna say, they do hold a long grudge, though. You might want to be careful. I mean, the next time you insult our art, you might not get a tea invitation, and I mean, that's how a friendship goes downhill.
Well,
I mean, I'm not sure
maybe
that
perhaps.
there's such a thing as like bad art, you know? Everything's just sort of like everyone's own perception, but I'm not really sure, but I'm erring yes.
Just as it's one person's opinion about art, another can have a dissenting opinion. I think they paid far too much for that work, if you could call it a work. I have a niece that can do better with poop and her left hand. And she's 12. So, be that as it may, let us tally forth. I don't think Asmodeus is going to be waiting long.
And as you make your way towards this library, which you know is very close to where Asmodeus' lair is, if it's still in the same location, you continue forth, the sounds of demons and devils moving forward and louder. And Dan, as you continue forth, you see these creatures getting larger and larger. Similar to the gatekeeper, you begin to see more Marilith traveling through the city streets with their large serpentine bodies, kind of pushing around, throwing people out of their way as they walk. But eventually you do make it to a great library. It is massive and has a large dome top and this black metal that it grows from. Has a little spire in the back with very Gothic architecture. And it says, "No killing within. Please, thank you, management."
Oh, look, we are entering a safe place where no one kills.
You know, it's just a guideline, really. Not people will. It's hell. Lots of shit happens. Let's go in.
Don't want to get blood on the books.
No. Hello. No, of course not.
I wonder if they have like sections, you know, like some libraries do, like the sort of social area where killing is okay, and then like a yellow area where it's, you know, some killing but not too much, and then a red area where it's like no killing, studying only. You know?
It's kind of the right idea. Like it says, there's no killing, but there is a maiming section. It's kind of down in the basement, so yeah, you just kind of avoid that area. Stick to the books.
Apropos, it's in the dungeon.
And you walk in, and this is, Dan, every book you could dream to have in regards to the knowledge of the hells sits here
Oh
in
my.
this library.
Oh, this reminds me of my childhood. I know that one. I read that one as a boy. Do we have time? Can I look at a couple of books here for a second?
I could introduce you to the author. I've met them.
No way.
Oh, yes. Agatha and I have spent a long time in these many of the libraries here, especially this one, right? I think.
Time.
What is it that you're looking for?
I've always been interested in like demonology and like abyssal things, and I have studied some of them. So I guess really I'm just looking for like some bedtime reading, just facts about demons, perhaps fiends and their fiendish ways, or fiending familiars. Perhaps I've heard that is a popular title. Um, you know, it's purely scholarly interest, really.
Is that to help you upon your current quest? Is that integral in completing this task of yours?
Oh no, not at all. It is just a personal thing. Although it has proved very handy. Speaking abyssal and infernal has been very useful as I traverse the Isles. I've been able to communicate very clearly with everyone. Despite my ridiculous common accent, they all seem to understand my abyssal and infernal accent very well. It's been good.
And I'd say in abyssal, right on, dude. It is like so chill when you know the lingo.
Indeed, I am down. How do you do, fellow Labisson?
And as you're saying that, an ice devil is kind of walking by, and this building is pretty well air conditioned. It is probably the chilliest place you have been in hell. But as they walk by, a cold front kind of hits you, and they're carrying a pile of books, and they freeze as you say that, Denala, and they turn to look at you like,
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Tampa Phi Kappa.
How are you doing?
The Fey creature. There's and as you look, Dan, the books that this ice devil Jerry is holding are all books on Fey creatures.
By this
point,
you
real?
I am real and alive.
I've never seen a living centaur before. Denala, where did you find this one?
Oh, Agatha and I were merely having our usual afternoon tea, discussing the finer points of the ancient third level necromancer Bahi and the other, and there are opinions upon undead transformations and such, and they just walked upon us. It's Dan, isn't it? I think that was his name. Dan DeLeon? Jerry, Dan DeLeon.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Jerry.
And he offers a very long, spindly hand. And it is like touching your tongue to a pole in the middle of winter as you shake his hand, your hand almost getting kind of stuck to his from the warmth of your body compared to how cold he is.
I would love to compare how accurate the notes are on ice devils that I've read on the material plane.
I would like to compare the differences between Fey creatures and what I've read in the hells.
I can see a study session coming up later on. It's going to be great. For now, though, I'm afraid we are on an important mission to go and see Asmodeus.
Oh. Well, you've seen the city's changed, right, Agatha? Denala? City's...
Unfortunately, yes. I got a little lost.
Oh, well,
He had to ask someone. Yes, it's really quite confusing. Very inconvenient.
Very emasculating, too.
he made you do it, didn't he, Agatha?
Yes, he did.
He should pay you more to be his friend. He really should. I can show you where his sanctum is, but be careful. He's been feeling very rowdy lately.
I don't need to get as personal as that. Just his location will be fine.
And he blinks at you, flips open a page in this book, and he just starts furiously scribbling something down, and then he shuts it.
I always have magic missile ready in one of these, just for punsters, so you know.
I didn't realize. They say that they make jokes frequently, that the Fey creatures are funny, but...
Well, it's like art, you know. It's each person's interpretation. Some might find it funny, some may not.
We're not having another art conversation. I refuse to have another art conversation with you. We always fight when we do.
No, Jerry, I know. We've been over this a couple of 100 times. I get it. We don't talk art, all right?
And in this moment, in the city of Malshim, where Asmodeus lives, Thistle, who has been unconscious on the back of Dan ever since leaving the Pact Primeval's citadel, you sit up with a start, Thistle, in a library, a great library, where Dan is having a very interesting conversation with a tiefling, a human, and an ice devil. Also, hi, Avery. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, Avery. And as a wild Avery appears, so does a Sage BB stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
If you had a wonderful, wonderful stream, welcome to hell where everyone is lovely. Thistle, you are awake.
I get up with a start immediately. I'm like, damn, what did you do?
You missed the song. We had a lovely song. Everyone was telling us all about their dreams. At first they were all sad and angry that I was here in hell, and then I reminded them that they had a dream, and then they were all like, I have a dream, I have a dream. It was wonderful.
Yes, the whole library went completely apeshit over it. It was really weird.
Alright, I say I'm surprised, but I'm not really.
And then
Who are you?
I found an ice devil who is studying fake creatures. And he found me, who is studying demons and fiends and things.
All right. I'm just pointing at everyone in turns, like, all right, who are you, and who are you?
The ice devil goes, hey, I'm Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, I'm Thistle.
Agatha holds out a tiny hand and offers to shake your hand.
Yeah.
Delvo.
Yep. Thistle shakes Agatha's hand, also a fairly tiny hand.
Tiny handshakes.
Tiny handshakes. And you...
How do you do? My name is Denala.
A pleasure. Name's Thistle. All right. What happened to me then?
Nothing. You have had a nice sleep on my back. I have been traveling with you at some speed. There was a lovely gatekeeper or a city guards person who personally I think deserves a promotion, and they gave me some wonderful directions to these people. And then there was a mad person who was like, oh, I'm very mad with you. You should not be facing Asmodeus. And then I was like, maybe instead we should sing a song. And then she cried, and then she sang, and then we looked for the library.
That was Helen. Oh, it's been a pain.
Great. I feel like I have more questions than when I started with, but that's all right. That's nothing new. So, what were you doing now? Have we found, like, we're in a library.
Don't be mad, Thistle. But I told Dinara and Agatha about the amulet, and they are helping me get an audience with Asmodeus so that we can talk to him about maybe getting the other pieces off of him.
All right.
I am so glad that we did not enter any combat while you were away, by the way.
I do also have to emphasize, for Avery's sake, Dan did tell accidentally the entire way area full of all of the living creatures there about the Amulet of the Plains. Like 15
Great.
people.
Thistle doesn't know that.
Thistle doesn't know that.
I know that though. That's
I
great.
made
Thanks,
them all promise
Dad.
to keep a secret.
All of them.
Pinky swears. Everyone.
Yeah. I was gonna say, did they all pinky swear? If not, then it means nothing. Alright, well, Thistle hops off of your back or wherever you've been carrying them and, like, writes himself. And it's like, alright, an audience with Asmodeus then.
Yeah, do you want me to take you guys?
Gary, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Sure. Let me go put these books down. Where is my wife at?
Jeffrey, are you in the army by chance?
Jerry.
Jerry, sorry. Bad with names.
Okay. It's
I mean,
okay. It's cool.
we're all part of Asmodeus's army, but
Is
he keeps.
Is Asmodeus also a scholar that his soldiers are encouraged to learn?
Asmodeus is amazing. There is no one better. He is kind, he is intelligent, he is handsome, he is all sorts of good. And as he says that, another ice devil approaches. Are you talking about me, sweetheart?
Seems like
Do you have-
an answer.
Denala, do you have a name for this one as well? Because I'm liking the names for my devils.
Oh, Becky, this is Dan, and Avery. Sorry, Thistle.
Thistle.
Forgive me, Thistle, Dan, and this is Becky.
A pleasure
Charmed.
Go on, she loves the attention.
I
It's
do. I
one-
really do.
to meet you. It's wonderful. Everyone makes you expect that there might be a frosty reception from Ice Devil, but I feel nothing but warmth here in Elv from your.
And Jerry, like, there's like a shiver down his spine as he opens up his notebook to write something else down. And Becky's like,
Sometimes it is a refreshing, cool breeze. Yes.
Thistle
right.
gives the appropriate greeting.
And they all seem very eager. And then Jerry goes, all right, sweetheart, hold my books. I'm going to drop them off to Asmodeus. Hopefully the devils outside won't rip them to shreds immediately. And I'll be right back.
Do you all
Do you all know
like
how to fight? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
but I try to avoid it. I was just wondering if, like, you Ice Devils, if you all like, if there is a cold reception, if you all meet somewhere for studying and the like.
My mother-in-law. You'll get one from her, always.
That's the truth.
Icy stares and her shit personality. And he says it as they're walking like far enough away for Becky to not hear.
It's okay, dude. I get it.
All right. I would have all weapons prepared because after I stop at a certain point, you're going to have to walk in and kill everything.
What?
Again?
Listen, he has been... So Asmodeus, handsome, beautiful man, covered in sores that no one ever gets to see. But when he bleeds, new demons are born. New devils are born. Creatures grow from his blood, and they're powerful, and they're angry, and they're ready to fight. And all the fresh ones want to just kill everything.
I would put on my most persuasive.
How many hats do fake creatures carry? I need to know this.
I don't actually carry any hats. It was more of a figurative thing. Actually, I might carry one hat. No. You see, like the hats of the cloth of our church, they are all very silly. They're big, tall things with like diamonds on, and like we made it so that only like bishops and popes and things actually have to wear them because otherwise it just looks silly.
So you worship gods? Good gods.
I am a god of ill matter. And yes, I suppose they are good, if that is your view on the scale. Fizzle, you are
see.
Torm, right? You worship Torm?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not really much of a fey creature.
That's true.
Don't know how interesting my life is.
So holy folk are going to meet Asmodeus. Very interesting. All right. Let's just. And as he says that, you are led to this great kind of citadel within. It's the one you can see that traveled above this trench of a city. It is great, massive. The black steel flies up with the flying buttresses, great stained glass. All of a very handsome man kind of standing in corners. And you can recognize it from the statues when you were looking for the Pact Primeval. These all seem to be very like artistic designs of Asmodeus from different angles.
See, the architecture is exquisite around here.
And this is where I'm going to turn around because I have a wife and kids, and I'm not going to die in there.
Yes, Jerry, we know. Agatha and I will be seeing you later then. Like next Thursday, we said. Weren't we going to play a tabletop game together, right? You had something new in mind.
I did. Hopefully you'll survive long enough. It's called Through the Heavens and Back. We'll see if you can get you through the celestial realms.
Ooh, oh, good. That sounds fun. Well, thank you.
I've heard of that one. Is it called Through like Ascent Through Olympia or something like that?
He's like, maybe if you all survive or something, we can all play. We'll the drinks will always be cold. And he turns and kind of raises his hand. He starts walking away.
I don't know if tabletop games are very churchly, but perhaps we'll consider it.
Later, Jerry.
Later.
Oh, Agatha, I think you and I can provide a nice and helping hand through all this, don't you think?
Yes, I think so. And now that we have plans set already, that means we can't die because it would be very rude to marry when we've got plans. So obviously that'll help us get through here just because, we're very polite.
I'll argue with that.
Make sure I have my ingredients, my spell focuses here. I like to say that these are heads of the ones that I killed at one time. Really, they're props, but
I was about to ask, are they? But no, you answered that one for me. All right.
I'm very transparent.
Just a straight corridor onwards then.
His statues are marvelous.
I hate you. Do we walk into the citadel?
I think so.
Okay. And upon entrance, the sound of fighting demons grows quiet, though you can hear the stomping sound of great beasts traveling through the halls. The internal area is quite dark, lit with beautiful oil-lit wall lanterns. The grounds are covered in luxurious carpeting, and the walls are made of what seems to be almost velvet, a deep purple. In every step, you feel like you've been transported into some very elegant castle of sorts. The statues of Asmodeus are in every corner. And this hall that you walk in is very long and leads to a large foyer in the distance. You can hear the stomping of other creatures, but there is no one else here at the moment. Also, what's everyone's passive perception? Just as the dungeon master. I don't know.
I have a wonderful passive perception. Possibly one of the best passive perception. 13.
Is it 11? Oh, okay.
Agatha's is 14.
One of my other...
My passive perception is 8. Guess what else is my dump stat?
How many dump stats do you have?
I had to take 2.
One of my other characters
One-
is a wisdom bard with expertise and perception. Their passive is 24.
What the fuck? I'm very glad that wasn't a game we played with together. Like, as
Is that before or after the observant feat?
I didn't take the observant feat.
Oh shit. Boost that baby up to 29.
I'm very smart and I can take a beating. I just fooled easily, that's all. Agatha can attest to that.
I've seen him get tricked many times. He's very lucky he has me with him.
Very good.
Yeah. Kind of pat Agatha on the shoulder. I was like, yeah, I can kind of relate to that one, I think.
Denala sees that knife, looking at all the architecture, knowing that there was a joke at his expense around the corner.
And as you walk into this main foyer, the stomping stops, and you hear a as a great beast stands before you, with the face of an ape, with large tusks of a boar. It stands on 2 legs with hooved feet. The body very similar to an ape, with long claws and very small wings behind it. The creature is massive, and it looks down upon all of you and just continues to groan.
You alright there, mate?
And it like
Sounds like you're having
blinks
a rough time of it.
slowly at you, like it doesn't know how to answer that.
Let's try the languages. I'll cycle through a bristle
Yeah,
infernal.
I was gonna say.
Hello, can I be of assistance? Hello, can I be of assistance? Hello, can I be of assistance?
The creature speaks in abyssal.
Now we're getting somewhere.
What's troubling you?
Yeah,
What are you-
please tell us what's going on.
You should not be here. I kill who come here.
No, you sound like you are in pain or hurt. We come here to heal you. That's our job.
No, only Asmodeus heal. Everyone
Okay.
else die.
I can prove it if you like. I can prove it that I can heal you.
It makes a weird face, and and it's like kind of like scrunches up its mouth, and as it does, its talons its tusks kind of curve and poke itself in the forehead as it kind of glares. No. Are you not scared?
Why should I be scared? You are radiant. I'm gonna like quickly turn to Thistle as well. I imagine Agatha understands Abyssal too, but that's an assumption. I'm expecting to be like, okay, he's telling us that he needs to kill us, but we're negotiating it.
All right, good luck.
And I would like to assist my new friend Dan if there's some kind of like probability that has to be determined for such things.
Well, we will see
yeah.
from here, because as you said the word radiant, and then turn to speak to Thistle, Agatha, you notice this first. This creature begins to glow. And then Denali, you realize it. Dan, and then Thistle, you also begin to realize it. As this creature emits a multicolored light from its body. And you all need to make DC 15 wisdom saving throws.
Oh, well then.
Well, looks like the negotiations going
Hui!
great.
Oh, it was an 11. I just saw the 1. I was like, wow.
I'm going to burn my advantage. Avery, you also have an advantage.
We used it.
Balls.
Balls.
Hello.
Dan, In this moment, as this light kind of hits, you're like, wow, radiant. The rest of your party members, you are all filled with a horror, a terror as this great beast stares in front of you. You are all frightened.
Well, poopy.
And as this fear sets in, Dan, you see your party members begin to kind of sink behind you in fear. And as they do, it stomps forward. See, be scared,
No,
and die.
I'm not scared. I can do the same thing, but stand back a little bit. If I do it while you're within 5 feet, it might hurt you. And I'm going to pop my word of radiance and also glow. See?
It kind of chuffs. So I kill you last, because you're nice.
No, you don't kill any of us, okay? But look, we have entered the bargaining phase. This is a good step for our relationship.
What of them? And he kind of gestures a claw towards the people cowering behind you.
Oh, they're okay. They they do not see the good in you like I do.
Then they must die.
No. You can't kill people just because they have a different opinion or look badly on you. That's not very nice.
Yes, you can. That's the whole point.
No.
Yeah,
no.
punch a Nazi.
Come right out there.
Happy Halloween, punch a Nazi.
Happy Halloween, punch a Nazi. Sounds good to me. If I wasn't cowering in fear with my thumb in my mouth.
Look.
And this creature steps very close to you, Dan.
Let me ask you something, if I may. Were you always this way?
I was created about 9 minutes ago.
And did you start off in this sort of evil alignment with nothing to do but kill? I believe
Yes.
there is more to you than that.
No. What?
Oi.
I was created to keep people from entering Asmodeus' lair.
Do you know there is a great library nearby? You could seek an education.
After I kill you, sure.
No.
Yes.
Look, how about instead of you killing us, you kill us with kindness, huh? And we heal you in return, because you sounded like you are in pain. And then we go from there.
How do you kill with kindness?
You make people feel so nice that they update their status to dead.
It kind of blinks in confusion. Roll me a persuasion straight roll, because I'm going to have you be rolling this at a disadvantage.
Thank you. Swish!
Ho ho ho! So this creature kind of looks confused. And then it sits on the ground next to you and leans forward. You're weird.
I am actually a fey creature. It means we are a little different. I prefer different to weird. Although weird is better than strange. Why don't
So
we...
I don't kill you.
No, you don't kill us. Why don't we start the kindness by turning off each other's nimbuses? You know? My friends, they do not need to be scared of you. You are lovely.
Mm. And as you say that, the light begins to fade, and the feelings of terror fade from your party members.
I let mine drop too. Fake.
And you all are... And as this creature sits on its squat butt, its little wings kind of fluttering, it is the same size as Dan sitting.
I'm still kind of scared. such that I start talking in like my real voice because I just take the other voice because it's scarier. But man, I might have peed myself.
So I can't kill
Alright.
that one either.
No. And I'm looking through my spell book right now for like a restore dignity spell.
Well, it's okay. I'll just pull my cloak over a little closer to me. That's fine. I'm fine. Really,
Sure.
really. Want to just stop staring.
And as this creature sits and talks to you, you don't see it until it is too late. A creature from above hurls a large flame into the back of the demon in front of you. And the flame burns from behind it to the front of it, completely consuming it as this creature screams once and falls to the side.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's not ideal, is it?
How far away is this creature that just did that?
This creature, as you see where the flames come from, it is a devilish creature with long spinning horns, a muscular body holding a fork, kind of sitting perched almost like a gargoyle with large wings kind of wrapped around it. And it's just failed. Disappointing.
Is that in common?
It is.
This isn't Asmodeus, is it?
No,
Yeah,
you would
that
know.
is
This is
Okay.
This looks very much so like a devil.
All right. Well, fuck it then. How far away is it?
Say about 45 feet away.
Oh, well, if I plant this correctly, none of us will get burned along with it. And I don't know if probably some resistance in, but screw it. I shoot a fireball at it.
Okay.
Everybody duck. And let's see if I can do this through D20. And I go a bonk. Oh, let's see what level do I? Well, I'll roll it at third. That's the only one I can do.
Excellent. And this creature, as this
Ooh.
mote of flame flings at it, launches itself into the air with two powerful snaps of its wings and lands in front of you. And you can all roll me initiative.
Well, I got us in it this time, haven't I?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Dan.
There it
Oh,
is.
Ren.
Woof.
Agatha's ready to fucking fight.
I guess I'm ready to throw down.
All right. And it looks like the devil goes first.
Oh.
Don't you love when that
Bollocks.
happens? Okay, let me write down this order real quick so I have it ready.
Agatha's learned you have to be a fast to draw in hell to survive. It's how she's been keeping up.
There you go. All right, so this creature does strike first, and it lashes out towards Donala with its forked weapon, and it pierces you.
I put up shield.
Does a 24 still hit then?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you want to take back the shield?
Yes, please.
I don't want you to have to waste your...
Very well, thank you. Yes, I would have known that. I go, ouch! Oh, that one hurt.
Pierces you for 20 damage.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yep. Agatha, you may strike.
She's immediately thrown off guard by Denala getting stabbed. She is going to go with making sure that the people around her who can punch quite fast do so even faster, and will cast haste upon, let's say Thistle. Thistle looks pretty tough. So,
Out of all of the people who should not have the power of haste.
Well, Very well done. Well done.
Very well done. Very well done. So you have a +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an additional action on each of your turns.
I think someone's been checking out the VODs.
Right. Gosh. Golly gee. Christ almighty. All right. Is there anything else?
I am not expecting a turn in this encounter.
Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn, my dear?
How much distance is between me and this opponent of ours?
Around like 15 feet away at this point.
Okay, just because I'm not sure the way we're spread out, but I definitely want to put some distance between myself and it, or get behind someone because I am quite squishy.
Okay, yeah, you can move to the back of the party a little bit. This is a large foyer, so you can kind of move back towards one of Asmodeus's fancy statues.
That sounds nice.
All right. And I think that makes it your turn, Thistle. You feel fast as fuck, boy.
Fuck boy. I'd like to hit my my axe against my shield and light it up.
Okay.
And I'd like to go. Hopefully, if I can hit all my attacks, I'd like to go absolutely ape shit. Thank you very much.
I would love for you to go absolutely ape shit.
I'm gonna make my attacks. Okay.
You get like 4 attacks around now, right?
It's only 1 weapon attack, so I can't use the 2 attacks on that one. So it's 3 attacks.
Extra attacks after every attack, right?
It gains 1 additional action on each of its turns.
1 weapon attack only.
Oh yeah, so it's 3. Yeah, 3 weapon attacks.
Very good. I mean, on your next turn, realistically, because your weapon's already lit, you could do a bonus actions. I don't know how that works, but all of those attacks hit.
All of them
16
hit. Alrighty.
Just hits.
Just hits. Alrighty. I'm going to burn 2 level 1 divine smites and 1 level 2 one.
And this is a fiend.
Okay, so let's oops, oh my god, I almost put in 23d8. No, that's not right.
At that point, all of my demons are dead. I don't even think Asmodeus could take that.
I will do just the weapon damage first. Oh shit, that's not included. It hasn't. Has that included the divine? No, it hasn't. Do you want me to re-roll it, or do you want me to just add it on?
You can just add it on.
Okay. I'll do 1 more with it.
All right.
Okay, so that's the weapon damage.
Yes.
Is 2 level 1 divine smites.
36, 46, 56. 65 damage.
And here's a level 2 divine smite. Woof.
So it's 91 damage.
Thanks for the haste.
That haste, though, that is the ultimate buff for the ultimate demon slayer. In 91 damage, immediately you cut into this creature powerfully.
Oh.
This tiny gnome.
And it is honestly the most powerful, the fact that it is a very tiny gnome. Now, for the dichotomy of the two, we swap over to now Dan.
Me? Really?
Dan, you're the last in the turn order. Right? Wait, did I skip? I think I skipped Nala.
Yes, I surprised attacked.
Ah, yes, that's why I got confused. Denali, you were supposed to go before this. I'm so sorry. We'll fix that
that's
next
fine.
time.
That's fine. Thistle, it's wonderful that you've done what you've done.
I've loosened it up for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that because basically the rest of the things I have a bit crap. Oh shit! I did not mean. Well, I did it anyway. I meant
Is that the attack you wanted to do?
I meant to check it out. Yes, well, I meant to get in close, and I tried to touch him and cast Vampiric Touch. but unfortunately that probably does not hit.
You know, for this range of combat, I'm going to use my inspiration. I will grant it to you for this attack.
Oh,
So it does hit.
that's so kind. That's very, very kind. And as I need to read the spell again.
Okay.
Touch with your shadow wreathed hand can siphon the life force from others to heal your wounds. Melee spell attack. Target takes 3d6 necrotic.
Okay, and you can click on where it says Vampiric Touch so we can pop in that damage.
Yep. Effect. Oh, on the call sheet, right? Yes.
In the chat where it just says Vampiric Touch underneath self.
Oh, nice. So that's awesome. Oh yes, we good with 3. There we go.
All right, so it does
Really?
9.
Really? Thank you, Roll20. You suck.
But you do get a little bit of healing back.
Yes, I do. I get the 9 points, do I not? Yes.
Gosh, you rolled a 1 as one of those 3d6s.
You know, and I even paid for the damn player's handbook.
Yeah, honestly, after you've put money in Roll20, you would think that the RNG just boosts for you, but, you know.
If I was
guess
running
it's
a
not
company,
pay to
you
win.
damn well that I would do that.
Right, it'd be make it a pay-to-win service.
That's right. This is extraordinarily irritating. Harumph.
I never seem to have that problem.
I mean, I'm currently sitting next to someone who has the world's worst Roll20 rolls ever in the history of Roll20. Ever. So don't feel bad about your 9. The fact that you even rolled an 18 as your advantage roll was a miracle. Just be blessed for that.
Oh, right. Very well. Take heed by the disembodied voice in the background there.
Very good. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, my dear?
No, I will stay put and prepare for the next attack.
Very good. Very good. Now, Dan, it is your turn.
Fantastic. I would like to take a bonus action to look at the devil and maybe try and get a little bit of insight into it.
Okay.
I don't know why I do this, because I don't actually have a weapon. I do have one. I do. So it needs to beat a 21 with his deception.
And it failed.
Fantastic. Then I am going to step back and draw, as everyone is pleased to see, my
sorry
bow.
about the second. You pull out your bow?
I pull out my bow.
Okay. So for this creature, you do see that it has a very sharp tail that it seems to use as a weapon. It has this great fork that it uses to stab. And you do know that it has the ability of hurling flames of sorts. So it is capable of doing multiple forms of attacks. And you think in your mind, this creature is quick enough to do multiple attacks at once if it is backed against a corner.
Okay, well, it's tempting to hold my action to be used as a reaction if it starts to close flame, but instead, I am going to twang it with my short bow.
All right, you have advantage because it's in melee range because you can do a sneak attack with a bow.
I don't actually get advantage, but I can use sneak attack even though I don't have it. Yeah, no, the insightful fighting just gives you sneak attack without advantage.
Oh, that's what it is. Very good. Well, you have sneak attack, and an 18 does hit.
Boom!
There you
5
go.
points of damage, and that is my turn.
You did it, though. You used your bow, and you struck the creature. And this creature looks back at you irritatingly. And it hurls
If that killed it, and not this attack, I would laugh so much.
It is going to hurl a mote of flame at you.
I should have held my action.
15.
Do I have that handy little thing? No. So yes, that hits me.
For 19 fire damage.
Ooh.
Can I use my reaction, please? I'd like to rebuke the violence and make it do a wisdom save.
Okay. A 20.
It succeeds. So it takes half of the damage that it just dealt.
Okay.
Take 9 damage.
Hey, Hawkeye, welcome in.
Hello,
Thank you for that.
Hawkeye. Welcome.
Oh, good day, Hawkeye. Hello.
Okay. And the other attack, it will use a tail attack on you, Thistle.
Oh, shit.
No.
That's so good. I should have saved that reaction, but no, that's so good. Oh, no, I can't use it if it's against me.
So it's 18 piercing damage.
Oh, good.
And you have to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Okay. So now in the beginning of your turn, until you receive magical healing, so it'll be the start. So if you don't get healed before your next turn, you will take 10 damage from this infernal wound. But you have time.
Okay.
And that is the end of the creature's turn. And that does make it Agatha's turn.
Back a little bit. I think I will try to hit this fella, cool him down a little bit. He seems to be grumpy, but we'll go with Snillix Snowball Storm.
Ooh.
So a flurry of magic snowballs. We're gonna pick a point centered right on this fella. And is anyone within a 5 foot from him?
I believe Denala and Thistle are in combat range of it. But hold on, let me see. This creature is large, so you could angle it towards like maybe the back of him. I would say you're pretty skilled in how these. Oh, there we go.
I
That's
also have sculpt spells, so then I can pick creatures that are going to automatically save on their saving throws. So keep those two safe.
Roll. Can you roll me an Arcana for me, please? I will use that to decide whether or not you even have to worry about it. See if you can angle it just well enough.
Gonna be 11.
Yeah, no, we will say that they automatically succeed the saving throw for the attack, but you do get them in range.
Awesome. All right, so then it is gonna have to save then.
A 15. Does a 15 save?
My DC is spell save is 15. I don't remember if it's meets it or defender.
I think if it meets it, it succeeds. So it will also take half of this damage.
All right. Let's do these. All right. 4 damage.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn, my dear?
That sounds good for now.
All right. Beautiful. That brings it to Denal's turn.
Very well. As Denala will looking at what does it have? Oh, it's just I apologize. I think what I will do.
Nope, don't you worry. I do this every single time I play this fucking game. It does not matter if there are 10 people in the goddamn turn order. My turn comes and I'm like, I've been looking for 20 minutes and I still don't know what I'm doing.
Well, all I was looking to do is looking for what's a little bit of color for this scene. I have a bit of ruby dust in one of my little friends' heads here, and I kind of hold on and focus my energies and perform a chill touch.
Very good.
And so well, look at that.
Ooh, and it very much so hits.
It's 820, and then it's 2d8 necrotic, so that it's 8 necrotic damage.
Ooh, very good. And that does hit. It does strike. Does make purchase.
Whoa.
But this creature still stands strong. Is there
That's
anything else you would like to do, my dear?
Oh, that is a tasty little treat because I'm one of those necromantic type of wizards, you know. So, yes, it comes back all tasty like. But I unfortunately I do not have any kind of a bonus action spells. So for my free action, I'll just say, yeah, sorry, mate. Gotta do what I gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. That brings it then to Thistle's turn, where you take 10 damage from this fiendish wound. But you can act.
Yeah, I'm going to use my normal action to use my lay on hands to heal up.
Okay.
I'm gonna use almost all of it. Oh, actually, I think it might be all of it. No, there's I have two hit points left on my lay on hands. So if anyone needs a little bit of a touch up. And I'm going to use my haste action to just make one weapon attack.
All right.
Scrolled all the way up. I can't see what I did. Oh, look. Do I still
You
have
heal-
that advantage?
You should still have your advantage if you would like to use it.
If you would let me,
I will happily let you use your advantage post roll.
Thank you very much. I'm going to use my advantage to grab that natural 20, please.
Very good.
Okay.
Yoink.
I'm doing one level of Divine Smite.
Okay. So that's 16. 27.
I'll just roll this twice.
You smell that, Agatha? That's divinity. I don't believe we've smelled that here for quite some time.
All right. So 27, 33, 43, 49 points of damage.
Kind of this looks a struggle. It's listen, mate, it's nothing personal, but I mean, you still have a chance. If you back down now, I'm going to stop attacking. But
This creature does look very, very, very weak, very bloodied, but it does not seem to stand down.
all right,
Is that all you can do for your turn?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it.
Very good, Dan.
Lisa, you got this. Going to heal you for seven.
No, I'm already full. It's fine. I use my left hand to bring
You can
myself
pass
full
that
hand.
probably to Denala.
That's official, I
You
think.
wanna-
Yeah, I was going to say that probably needs to.
I'm just saying, perhaps the gout of blood that is spurting from one of my neck holes might clue you that I need a little bit more. I would appreciate it.
Yes, I meant to say Denala. You've totally got this. Here's some
Well,
healing
thank
for
you.
you there.
The question is, do they have to? Does Denala have to take the 6 sneak attack damage before they get the 7 healing?
No, that is a misroll for me. I forget that when you click on spells, it still picks up the damage modifier. It counts healing as damage. Roll 20. It's very strange.
Okay, you never know.
Yeah, it's you get 7 healing damage. And then I take my short bow and I twang it.
Playing it.
Laying it away.
Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit, unfortunately, my friend. Is there anything else you would like to do?
This is the end of my turn.
All right, it brings
useless in fights.
It brings it back to the horned devil, who picks up a hurled flame and whips it at Agatha. I'm guessing a 9 does not hit.
No, thankfully.
Tweeter of Vecna,
That
13 months.
Coming in with that Twitch
Agatha's
Prime
nothing
sub.
Yes, very good. As Agatha carefully darts from this mote of flame from this horned devil, we are here to shout out Tweeter of Vecna for their Twitch Prime subscription for 13 months, giving an advantage to Scrat. I'm totally sure you won't need it before the end of the game.
Thank you so much, Justin.
For the other attack, the creature pulls out its fork and jams it in the direction of Thistle. But a 13 does not strike. And it brings it to your turn, Denala.
Oh my, okay. Oh, thank you very much for the bit of healing there. Dan, I do appreciate that. I think I will, once again, try to chill. I will chill touch this foul beast once again.
Very good.
Ooh, would a 24 happen to hit?
You know, something tells me that it might hit, my friend.
Well, let's see if roll 20 can be more kind to me this time. No, it sucks balls once again. But 5 points is 5 points.
I have to tell you something.
What's that?
I need you to tell me how you killed this creature.
I did what?
You killed it. I need to tell me how you did it.
Oh my.
Can you describe to the audience this scene where this great devil with great horns and a pitched fork who is trying to murder you, how do you end its life?
Well, as a just a general tiefling, maybe 5'10" or so. Count the horns, of course. We always do that. And I look upon this great beast, smacking the hell out of the people around us, and I'm in hell anyway. So I take a necrotic energy within my hand, and I get real close, seeing that this monster's rather taller than I. And I hit it in the balls. And I watch as the necrotic energy just surges from its crotch and envelops its entire being. Probably when it falls, I'm left with half a gonad in my hand. I'll put that away for later. Might be a good spell component, you know. You never know. Oh, I've broke the DM. How nice. Scratticus is giving me a disappointed look.
You get that? You get that, Bray? You get that?
I've DM'd this entire year quite a few games, but never have when I asked a player to describe how they kill the great enemy have I ever gotten a response like that before.
You're welcome.
And you all watched
Gives me joy to do this. Gives me joy to do it.
Agatha, this is probably something you're used to. Denala's questionable ways of defeating enemies, but to Thistle and Dan, two holy folk, this is an experience unlike any other. But the room is silent. Two dead creatures before you.
I would like to say some words.
As my familiar takes a nibble.
I'm not going to actually use a spell slot. I mean, I could spend 10 minutes doing this ceremony. I'm not going to actually spend 10 minutes doing the ceremony. I'm just going to go through the motion, you know?
We could say that you've done this a time or two. You don't really need to go through the motions. I mean, to just go through the whole 10 minutes. Kind of like a quick ceremony.
Yeah, I just do a quick one. Bless you, my child. You tried to kill us, but you turned out to be nice. And then the other one, I go, screw you, go to hell. Oh.
And as you look around, now that you're in this empty foyer, you see these gorgeous double stairway to the side that leads to a large door on the floor above, with a small balcony.
Hey, Dan.
Oui?
Don't worry, that is not a stairway to heaven.
But it is a stairway. At least we're going up the stairs. Going up the stairs is much easier than going down the stairs.
Grant you that, yes.
And they seem quite large. Seems to fit larger creatures. Creatures even larger than you, Dan.
Oh. That is a bit of
Very
a jump.
accessible stairs.
Isn't so bad, I suppose. I can sort of mountain god my way up these.
And you can do just that. And you stand before this great door.
I think he's behind that. Could be wrong.
Seems about right.
Shall we say hello then?
Do we go in?
Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
You knock and you hear a slight chuckle. Come in.
They're very welcoming. And I open the door and enter.
And you enter into a great area with pillars that stand up to 50 feet into the air. The pillars are dark with a growing vine-like carving in this blackened marble. The windows are slitted and thin to all of the sides with stained glass of very dark maroons, burgundies, blues sitting. And underneath are little chalices, quietly cultists all in black, ones that you could recognize from when you were looking for the Pact Primeval, quietly move around. In the center area, it is very long and vast. And at the end is a gorgeous man sitting, wearing luxurious, almost like a trench coat style cape, buttoned very nicely, fitted. And he sits holding a glass of what seems to be wine in a great chalice made of red gemstones. The only thing that really discerns him from just a very handsome human man are two very small horns that stick from his forehead.
Now, I can tell from your beauty that you must be Asmodeus, am I right?
You're friendly. I like that. I like friendly people.
And I have heard that you are scholarly, and I like that.
I am. I think it's important to be knowledgeable of the things that happen around us.
I agree.
Dan de Leon, correct?
De Leon, but yes.
Leon. I understand.
No, I understand. If you've only read it, that is how it is spelled, yes.
And I do have to, my sights go through the perception of the demons and devils from upper planes. I can only get so much information, and my darling daughter barely remembered yours. The small one must be Thistle, correct? I knew it was something plant-related.
Yeah, that's right. Your information is correct. That's me.
But they do not have a spiky personality.
Bad.
Yeah, I'm known to be a bit of a prick.
Bad, you did it too! I trusted you, Avery, I trusted you!
I gotta get one in there.
And Asmodeus points, Agatha, Nala, I've seen you wandering around my city.
It's a lovely city. I'm kind of glad I got to experience it. I was a little trepidatious at first, but
Yes,
it's
yes,
been
yes.
an experience.
You're one of our students, aren't you?
Indeed.
Yes. When I signed up for that, I didn't think it would work, but I'm pleased with the results.
So, are you like the owner of all of the elves?
This is my home, yes. I am the lord, the king, the god to some.
I have to commend you on all of the people in all of the different planes. Okay? Not planes, different levels. Everyone has been so nice. Everyone. It's been wonderful. Honestly, I am considering this for vacations in the future. I have made friends with the boatman. I have made friends with his daughter. We made friends with the guards person here, the city guard. And so many other people on there was a baker boy, there was all sorts of wonderful people on every level. Honestly, it's been a delight.
And he kind of cocks his head to the side as you say how wonderful hell has been. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm glad you've had a wonderful time. Perhaps you would think about staying.
Unfortunately, this is only a short pilgrimage for me, sent for my god as I am. But I am sure between pilgrimages and quests, I could come and visit. You know, I have a job to maintain. It's one of those things, you know, like I'd love to move this way, but I'd have to remortgage the house. And,
right.
you know.
I see. I would like to have someone like you on our hands, on our team, as a part of my army. I would love for you to stay. And as he says that, Dan, roll me a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy!
You have advantages.
Agatha's gonna perk up. Can she tell that a spell is being cast by chance?
It is not a spell that is being cast, but you know he is using some form of his demonic presence of sorts. Dan, actually, you won't even have to use your advantages because you have read the Pact Primeval. You do get an automatic advantage to that.
Fantastic. Let me just put that advantage back on my own play. Wisdom. Ooh, I fail.
In this moment, you feel very much so like this is a good idea.
I mean, this does seem like a good idea, Fizzle. We have had so much fun here and met so many nice people.
A devil at the door just tried to kill us.
Ah, yes, that tends to happen. It's to keep things safe, right, Dan? You understand. Security is the most important thing.
No. People are the most important thing.
Ah, yes. Friendly boy. To have a holy man on my side. Also, you are charmed by Asmodeus at this moment, Dan. He is so charming.
You're so charming.
Having a holy man in my sect, that'll be good for discussing things with the other planes. Very good.
I don't think Ilmate is going to like this very much. I mean, you do realize that his power kind of comes from him. If he finds out you betrayed him, he's probably going to leave you high and dry, right?
Oh, come now. He's a friendly god. He'll be understanding.
There's just a brow raise. It's like, he's a pretty understanding bloke, but I think this is pushing it a bit, don't you, Nan? Right, Dan? And I clap him real hard, like on the shoulder.
Upon taking this level of damage, Dan, you can make another wisdom saving throw. This time, though, you will not get advantage from the Pact Primeval because you are currently charmed.
I'm gonna use my advantage. Yeah!
There you go.
You know...
Yeah, you just see Fizzle will beat the shit out of you.
Beat the charm right out of him.
Yeah.
Ow, Fizzle,
Beat the charm out of him.
Be careful, my fetlocks. Look, Asmodeus, this is a wonderful suggestion. It's honestly very tempting. I can imagine there are a lot of perks, and I understand that the dentistry is very good down here. But I really have to focus, on Ilmater. It is a full-time commitment for me. So on this occasion, I'm going to have to decline, but perhaps in the future we can reconsider, or if situations change, maybe keep me on your books. Keep me on your books.
Would you like to sign a contract on it?
No, I'm afraid I cannot sign a contract until I'm actually available. Although anyone who is willing to make a contract is automatically more trustworthy than people who ask you to work without a contract. So thank you for the gesture. But I am on this occasion now. Although I do have a matter of business which I would like to discuss with you. It is about the pieces of the thing that you have.
Now I own a lot of things, Dan.
I may not always seem it, Asmodeus, but I am actually quite wisdomous. Okay?
I see. You're speaking of the Amulet of the Plains.
Yes, I know that you know because you've been watching. That's how you know all of
I have been watching, and I thought it was very fun. What the one with the witch? I thought your interactions with the witch were very fun. I love her.
Which one?
Oh, well, I think you know.
You passed up the opportunity to be like witch, and I'm so disappointed in you, Scrat.
Which one was enough?
When you say that, though, and he says, I think you know, he snaps his fingers, and a creature kind of stands there, and she's moving her hands as she was in the middle of doing something from her plane. but there stands the Aarakocra witch, kind of like lost, and she like looks around. What is this?
Oh no.
Oh, Asmodeus, you've summoned me again. And you have my fey creatures. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
And they look around and they see Agatha. And this hulking Aarakocra woman approaches you with very raven-like feathers in these strange garb that is covered in bones and feathers. She kind of slumps towards you, and her little talons kind of touch your cheek, just very gently. Your skin, my dear. I would love to make a sweater of it. Skin sweater.
Flattering, I think. Thank you.
You're so welcome. How cute. Asmodeus, what did you want from me? And the whole time Asmodeus is kind of just swirling the wine. Is this the witch? This is the witch I was discussing, yes?
Wait, I did not particularly enjoy this one. Yes, I must admit. Of all the people, this one is scary.
At least someone in hell can do their job. And as this creature kind of comes towards you, Dan, and pets the side of your body as their gross, slimy talons kind of move down the side of your abdomen, he snaps his fingers and she disappears. Yes.
I am given to understand that you have some pieces of the planar amulet.
I do.
I would like them.
And what do I get in return?
I have been thinking about this. So, there are portions of hell which are very pleasant with some very pleasant people. And not only this, there are some portions of hell which I think would cater to certain people's devious sides, you know? Given that they have a proper confession afterwards, I think they could be free to indulge. What we could do is set up some sort of travel company where people can make vacations to hell and you can have a share in that business.
You do realize this entire point of hell is to torture people, right? And the fact that you've gotten off so scot-free is a miracle.
You could say it's an act of God. But also, I am not one to kink shame. Some people like to be tortured.
That is true.
He does make a point, sir. I mean, the opportunity here for some kind of interaction with on a regular basis for those who want that kind of lifestyle treatment could prove quite lucrative. And of course, this is something that maybe perhaps a person of my abilities might help manage even.
Oh, really now? Denala, the great intellect. Unable to put you in the front lines, but useful to me still.
Yes. Well, I've been reading some things from. I believe they're called a Master of Business Associates degree. It came across through a portal of some other material plane. Quite fascinating. All kinds of philosophies on how to manage people. Can you imagine that without the use of chains and torture? You actually just talk to them. It's fascinating.
Well, let's make a deal. Will all of you offer me some use of your time? Denala has done very successfully. I do enjoy him greatly. Yes, we will discuss this. I will use you for that time. Dan, I would like to use your time as well.
My time?
Your time.
I am not sure I follow.
If I give you these pieces to the Amulet of the Plains, you can travel from plane to plane.
Wait.
That means you can return at any time.
In theory, yes.
I will want your time. But what can you do for me?
Well, okay. So, Part of my church is about relieving the burdens of people and on society, right? So, one of the things which is a massive burden, not only on taxpayers, but also on other people within society, is things like prison, okay? Now, we tend to treat them more as like a cage where you just put people away and then, it's not very well handled. It's supposed to be like a repention thing, where people repent their sins and then they are able to rejoin society. They don't always work. Putting people in a cell doesn't work too well. But as you have got a lot of experience with changing people's perceptions down here in hell, perhaps we could set up some sort of period in hell society readjustment scheme.
Ah, I see. Then do they leave hell afterwards? Is this what you're implying?
Yes, and thus we bring all the planes closer together.
Interesting. Dan, roll me a persuasion check.
And I have advantage because of the Pact Primeval?
Yes, you do. You have read his contract.
A healthy 16.
Okay, and he is going to roll...
I believe Asmodeus has a plus 16 on everything he rolls, just to...
Ah! Ah! He has a plus 10!
Ilmater be with you.
Ilmater be with you, Dandelion. As he ponders this, that is fine, but the deal will strike. And you will have to come here and assist in this matter.
I think I could perhaps train your people in ethics. So that we all, become closer together. And, similarly, I am sure there are things that the material plane could offer the demons. We could send little demons perhaps to public schools. Get them a little more socially adept.
Or perhaps combat training. And she, as he says that, turns to look at Thistle.
Hello.
You're strong.
Oh, thanks for noticing. I kind of wish it wasn't proven through such violent means, but it'd be like that sometimes, right?
Perhaps you can train some of my soldiers.
I mean, perhaps I'd have to take a moment to really step back because a lot of my training came under Tom. So, well, not Tom himself, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to guess that a lot of your soldiers aren't really interested in that kind of thing. So I'd have to go through what my usual training methods. To be honest, I was kind of thinking that maybe I could kind of go over some of the first layers of hell, because I'm not gonna lie, while it gets better as you go down, the accessibility in the top layers of hell are particularly great. Like Dan and I had a bit of a rough time, and I feel like you're above that kind of, that seems like a bit of a cheap level of torture, just not being able to like get up the stairs, so I was thinking maybe we could kind of help look over this and make it more accessible, so anyone can get to the real like bad stuff.
That is clever. Roll me a persuasion. You have advantage because you read the Pact Primeval. I love this. We're getting accessibility in the house.
Persuasion. I've already used my channel divinity today, so no boost on that one. But 21.
Did you get the 21? Very good. Yeah, so I suppose we could exchange the ladders. But we could put spikes on all the... No, but he says, but we can put spikes on all of the stairs, and the lifts can sometimes just collapse. Yes.
Yeah, lifts are pretty terrifying, honestly.
We could have Starbucks. We could have Starbucks where the coffee is just hotter and hotter and hotter.
Ooh, or it is stale and cold.
Oh, that too. That is gross.
Curdled milk.
I feel like that would be a bit of a shock as well, you know? Like, you go there and you're like, oh, like a coffee, I'm going to have that. And then, like, it's the only thing, like, cold in this entire layer of hell. It's just disappointing.
Yes.
You know what is worse than malfunctioning elevators? Elevators with annoying music. And I don't mean just bad music. I mean, like, you know, the ones that are discordant and they sort of, like, catch that off note and you're sitting there and you're like, every time it catches that note, you're like, oh.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
A hypnotic
and it's
screeching that drives people mad.
Yeah, and maybe it kind of feels like it's going fast, but in reality, it kind of takes like
or
by
it
the
feels
time
like it's going too fast.
Yeah, it goes too fast, but it's also going for quite a long time. So you kind of sit there and you're nervous. Like, are you stuck? Are you here forever? What's going on? Like, just enough to make them nervous, you know?
Geniuses.
Occasionally, you could send someone in, and somebody thinks they're going to get somewhere quickly, but then they just push all of the buttons, and they're just going to have to watch and go to every single floor. It'd just be miserable.
I nearly did that to Toolschool in real life. He nearly had apoplexy. I didn't actually do it, but it was very close.
I've never seen Toolschool be violent, but I think it might have started then.
What's worse, they do it right after they leave the elevator, just then run away.
Very good. Agatha, is that something you would be willing to do with your time? You are a young student here.
I think my talents could be put to better use than pushing elevator buttons, but I have studied quite a bit, and there really is something to be said for the materials in your library. There's a vast amount of unknown and secretive knowledge here that really isn't being tapped. I think you should make more use of this student exchange program, maybe even a university, and kind of like Dan was saying, bringing things together, really bring in those students and a lot of knowledge. Be a good idea.
I see. So are you going to help me put together a school so I can get more mortals to learn here in the hells?
You're going to give me power over a syllabus? I would be delighted.
I would be delighted. You could work right by my side, me and Denala, while we prepare everything for the things to come.
Scholarship systems. Nothing attracts students like free education.
He's right. I did get a scholarship for this. You do have some. I think you could more scholarships. Yes, it was
more
great
mortals in my hells. That sounds wonderful. All right, I will have the contract set up for all of you. Snaps his fingers a few times, and papers all form in front of you. It is in a very tight, small, difficult to read script. Hundreds of thousands of words, all printed together in such a way that it is nigh impossible to read.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, you see, this is kind of what I'm talking about the accessibility kind of thing. Like, perhaps there could be like an audio version of this.
Everyone roll me intelligence saving throws.
Dan,
Thistle, you will have advantage just because you read the Pact Primeval.
Alright, and you got a +2 as well because I'm in your presence.
20. So like I'm gonna be like, you know, this sort of clauses which confuse each other, they actually invalidate contracts, you know, by modern contract law. You'd be better having something deadly but succinct.
I rolled a natural 1.
You think this contract looks fucking fantastic.
+7 on my intelligence saving throw, and I get a 1.
Oh, buddy.
Roll 20, you can suck my tiefling tail.
Dan,
fine. It's great. Here, take my blood, all of it.
And you do. You sign this in blood. You just you lick the thing. It's beautiful. Best contract in the world.
12 points over 30 years? That sounds great.
And everyone else, you kind of read through the contract. You get kind of an understanding of what it says. You cross out a few of the lines and areas that you seem to be kind of incorrect. And Dan, as you speak to Asmodeus and talk about this contract, he stands firmly and pops his back. So you seem to have a good read of the Pact Primeval then. Good hold on how my contracts work.
I like to do my research.
Interesting. Well, let's just see how smart you are. And he is going to grab a chessboard. And he's going to place it in front of you, Dan. Play a game with me. Let's see who wins.
Okay. Are there any stakes to this? It seems like there is a lot of, I don't know, subtext here that I am perhaps not picking up. Are we
Just
simply
want to
two
see-
friends having a game?
If you lose, you will sign the contract as stated. If you win, I will make the contract fair.
I mean, to be fair, I could save you the work.
Hmm?
I could make the contract fair. All I need to do is just put a line for some of the lines, then you just need to put an initial next to them to say that you agree that they are invalid, and then we can just sign from there.
Roll me a persuasion.
It's only a 16. But a 16's beaten Asmodeus before.
I know. Let's see if it beats him this time.
Oh, let me roll for him. I'm sure Dan will succeed.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You are smart, Dan. Now, will you play a game of chess with a friend? Or do you have something else in mind? I would love just to play a game of wits with you to see who is the smarter.
Game of wits, game of wits. Would you consider yourself well studied in the things of religion?
I would say I am.
Specifically demons?
I would say that I am.
Then let's have like let's host a game show. We're in hell. There must be a game show in host somewhere around here. We'll have a game show where there are questions fired at us and there's like fingers on the buzzers.
He snaps his fingers twice, and the gatekeeper, the demon woman, the serpent creature, who was holding a clipboard, stops writing and looks up. Oh, Lord Asmodeus. Oh, the fey creature. You seem to have made it here alive. Am I
Hello.
miss? And Asmodeus looks to her. You will be here to ask questions about demons. We'll see how smart Dan is of the people here. And she looks really shocked and kind of like doesn't really know what to say or do at this point and is really confused. But she begins to ask you questions, Dan. They start out easy enough and you're able to answer them with ease. But as the questions get a little bit more difficult, roll me either a history or a religion.
Religion, please. I wish I had
And you can
more,
take your... I don't know how many advantages you have. My thing crashed. I don't want to refresh it. Are you all out?
I'm all out, yeah.
Okay.
Boom!
There you go.
Feels good, feels good.
All right. You win the first round. We're going to do this 2 more times, and whoever wins, wins.
I like seeing them nat ones. Free.
I know. Roll me another religion check, Dan.
Oh, that's persuasion. But it's a nat 20, so...
I mean, we can do this as a charismatic question, but I will use his charisma check for it as well.
I mean...
Yeah, no, even then I don't have a nat 20. All right, we'll say it works. Last question. Roll me a religion.
Ooh, 18.
That's okay. You're 2 out of 3, and you got the question mostly right. Asmodeus finishes the last of his drink. Fine. Cross out the parts you deem unfair.
Okay. And I will do so. I will take the pen, and I will amend the contract to make it fair.
And as you amend the contract, everything is handled. Things are signed. Contracts are gone over. Denala doesn't seem to understand why everyone's spending so much time signing their contracts, but
It seems fine to me.
you all seem to come out with an agreement. And once you do, Asmodeus pulls something out of his breast pocket. It's a chunk of the Amulet of the Plains.
Da-da-da.
You seem to have all pieces but one. Interesting. Where's the last piece?
Oh, on is it the 4th or the 5th level, where the lovely brothel is, and everyone has nice sleeping times. Am I not supposed to say this? I look at Thistle a lot.
It's a bit late now, but I mean he's been watching us anyway, so.
That's okay. I have a contract, which you will uphold, or your soul will be mine. I'm sure a major will be pissed if you don't follow this contract.
You do not need to worry. I am very keen to make the changes that we have agreed on.
Very good. And I'm excited to see all of the new exciting things to come into my hells. But from here...
Everyone in hell is
Thistle
so
installs
nice.
Thistle installs elevators and is done with it. Peace out.
So
I'm
from
happy
here...
to finally get a Starbucks. I've been craving a double macchiato for a century.
A very cold and sticky macchiato.
You know, anyone will do right now. Thank you, my lord.
Do they come any other way?
Where do we go from here? Holding the all but one amulet of the plains, while Asmodeus looks over your contracts. Pleased.
Back to the brothel, I suppose.
Denola, Agatha, you should come. I'm sure they won't mind a small break from your studies. It is a wonderful place where you can get like a proper bed, and they have nice food, and everyone is very nice.
Yeah, just stay on Fiona's good side, otherwise that'll change real quick.
You're inviting us to join you? That would be lovely. Agatha, my dear,
We've only really seen this play, and I'm definitely up to seeing another one. That sounds
I'm terribly curious. What is this brothel thing you speak of? Sounds amazing.
Okay, prepare yourself. It is not a place where they make thin gravy.
Oh, that's okay. I can do that on my own.
And how do you plan on getting there?
Oh.
I'm just going to hoof it.
Up 4 planes?
Yeah, is there
5
like
planes?
any kind of gateway? Or would we have to ask Asmodeus?
Pretty please?
So you can't think of any other portal system besides the ones that the Dukes of Hell have offered you, or the Lords of the Hells.
Well, they're better than the Dukes of Hazzard, let me tell you that much.
One last suggestion, Asmodeus. Okay. Have you thought of the torture possibilities of a really bad Uber service?
We call that grab.
Dan, are you trying to travel through the plains? Is this your clever trick to ask me for passage?
Well, yes, but also it does occur to me that you could torture a lot of people with bad Uber drivers.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah,
Tragic carriage accidents are always quite traumatic.
Yeah, that and they always talk too much, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you can get
You clearly don't want to talk, but then they just do anyway, and it keeps going, and they ask.
Put
you
a
about
few
your whole life
banshees in
story.
charge so they can shriek the whole way.
Backseat always smells like fish.
Rotting corpses.
They always stop for fuel, but get this, they leave the ignition in and on whilst refueling.
Oh my god, stop. That is the worst thing in the world. Stop.
And they say they're not going to the restroom, but they always do.
And they
It's
always
back of your mind. Did you wash your hands or not?
And like the trouble starts even before you've gotten into the Uber. They're like, okay, we're here now, but like I'm waiting at the spot that I've designated. Where are you? And it's like, I'm here. I'm like, no, you're not. Where are you? And then you go have to like be on the phone with a stranger.
We're all
for 5
traumatized,
minutes.
very
Oh,
clearly.
right,
We're all
I'm looking.
traumatized.
I'm
This is
seeing
very-
my dot. I'm right here. You're right on top of me.
This has become personal.
Yeah, this is a
Oh.
personal.
Uber drivers without plates. No number plate. Number plate on the app, no plate on the car.
Very good.
It's not illegal in other places.
Where do you want me to take you, Dandelion?
I would
Thistle,
love to
Agatha,
go
To
to
know.
Fiona's brothel.
That is a nice place to go, isn't it? That saucy girl.
Why don't you join us? I'm sure Fiona would be pleased to see you.
Roll me a persuasion.
I think
God.
that's a grand idea. Yes. Come on, 1.
Maybe. And with the 28, he goes, actually, that sounds like a marvelous idea.
Ooh.
Wonderful. See,
Have-
we're making so many friends.
And as he says that, he sets down his goblet and snaps his fingers. And all of you are transported into a wonderful, beautiful little brothel.
Thank you very much, Sage Ophelia. Holly, almost a year, so close to that new hat. With the sparkles and the badges and the...
Also, Mac has the best thing in chat, hanging out with your friend Asmodeus in a brothel 5 feet apart because he ain't gay. That's where you're wrong, Mac. We're all very close. We're all gay.
Don't forget to love each other.
There we go. And as you stand in this brothel, everyone falls to the ground. You see your good friends, the 2 barbarians. Actually, you see your 3 barbarian friends. You've got a half-orc friend, a dwarven friend, and a Goliath friend, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, Goliath.
And they all seem very excited to see you. As Asmodeus pulls Fierna into another room and says, "You all wait here for me. Do you understand?" And disappears into a room. While he does that, though, your half-orc friend, who I will have to look for his name again because let's see, he was in.
I slightly reach over and I grab Agatha's hand and I said, "I believe this is going to be a splendid adventure."
Agree. Look how nice this place looks, and there's got some of that like nice candle scent, like we were talking about back at the
Yes.
station.
Yes, it's sandalwood, like I said before. Yes.
Really quite impressive. They got rid of the brimstone scent. It's all my props. Wonderful.
Oh, it's rough on my voice. The brimstone. It's absolutely.
Okay.
It's Corge is the Goliath.
No. It's Zavek. Zavek's stone
It's
brother.
Zavek, that's the other one you want.
Zavek from Glacius' lair approaches you and puts a small piece of the amulet in your hands, Dan. It is the last piece of the amulet.
I put them all together.
And once you
Oh,
do,
okay.
it begins to glow and to shimmer, and your body begins to kind of feel out of place. Almost like you could take a step and be anywhere else. Do you wait for Asmodeus, or do you hightail it out of here?
I didn't think you were speaking to us.
Oh, he was speaking to you specifically.
I mean, we have a contract. It didn't actually make him our boss.
That is true.
I made sure it was very fair.
Did you put a paid time off clause in that contract?
It was very fair, Danola.
Well, good for
Can I
you.
Can I make a religion check on Asmodeus and see if I can remember if he's lawful evil? Because that seems very important in this moment.
Yes, you can. Yes, he is lawful evil.
I did. Can't really tell us what to do. We could stop and wait because we are now friends.
Business associates, I think, would be a better term. Friends, I don't think.
Oh, he's very, very much about the business. Yes. Your contract is your contract. He will not falter from that. He will hold, if anything. He would rather give up his reign over hell than give up that breaker contract. It's kind of what we do down here. We lawful kind of evil people.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we'd wait a bit and see what the deal was before activating the portal, but we're kind of here now, huh?
All right. I didn't really think. I just put it together. I could just put it in my pocket and pretend it's not together.
Is there a portal in front of us? Is that what it is?
Actually, Dan is shimmering.
Oh.
Like a portal himself.
We travel through the Dan.
I guess I take you I guess I take people by taking them on horseback.
Zavek looks to you. Are we still going to uphold the deal? Are you going to really get me out of here?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
My worry is how many people can you take with you?
Probably as many as I can fit on my back.
Or carry in your arms. How many people can Dan carry?
Well, given I kind of am one of those arcane things, perhaps maybe I can do an Arcana check and see if that we know how many beings you can take with you.
I would recommend doing that because Dan has rolled a very low strength.
Very well. My greatest last words when going through Roll20. Let's see. Oh, 15.
15 is pretty good. So as you think of this thing, when it comes to someone especially like Dan, it would mostly just be whoever he could be holding with him or whoever's touching him could travel with him to a plane of his choice.
It seems as though whomever you can touch at the time will travel with you. Maybe a nice group hug, if you will. Yeah?
Wait, and I guess this does literally make me like a ferryman then for all of these ideas that I had.
Well, remember,
there is a flower pot next to you, Dan, if you'd like to take one, maybe tuck it behind your ear. So you are the true ferryman with flowers.
I wouldn't like to steal his thing,
Right, don't upset Fiona. She's very nice to you.
No, I wouldn't like to take the ferryman. He has the flower thing.
Yeah,
that's like his thing. I don't wanna just be like a faker and be posing like him. No. I'll make it my own.
As you kind of make these decisions, Fiona and Asmodeus return, both looking a little bit more disheveled than when they began. I see you've waited for me. Very good. And Fiona's like, Dan, my sweet dear.
Hello. Oh no.
Little disheveled.
Remembered how she's dressed and
Yeah, no, and she's extra disheveled, so things are kind of just not on all the way right.
Alright, hello.
This was as unperturbed as ever.
Hello, how are you doing?
Any hugs goodbye before you go? You promised to come visit me, right?
We have visited, but unfortunately, I am not much of a hugger. I would have to confess for days.
Anyone else? A hug goodbye? And Zanala and Agatha. This is a gorgeous tiefling woman who wears nothing but a pair of small underwear in a very tight bustier corset, knee-high boots. She's very a light red with demon horns and a very thin tail.
Agatha, being young and impressionable and honestly just very excited to have the attention of someone so gorgeous, is just like...
And she pulls you in for a big hug. She stands at 6'2" and she kind of just pulls you close to her chest. So cute! Dan, I swear you always find the cutest ones.
Hi, I'm Danala.
Come here, sweetheart. Give me a hug.
You're so pretty.
Well, you guys are free to hang out here for as long as you'd like.
I mean, that would be lovely. Thank you, my lady. Denala, fit at your service.
Very good.
This is my companion, Agatha. We are both scholars together.
Very good. Well, if you would like to stay, I know Dan is just a busybody and won't spend time with me.
Yes, it seems I am now a delivery man for all of the planes everywhere.
Yes.
So...
True. He'll come visit, I'm sure. They'll come visit, I'm sure of it. Thistle seems so disinterested by me, but that's okay.
Don't need a perception check to see that.
No, you unfortunately do not, but it seems that you all have a deal with Asmodeus, so I will hopefully see you again soon.
When we have tourists coming to El, I will recommend your brothel. It's very nice. Everyone's very nice.
Thank you. I'm so excited for all of the new mortals to walk through. Asmodeus was telling me all about it in our business meeting.
Dan, did that happen to be a Ford Taurus you're talking about?
Oh, well,
I thought you were...
Never
mind. I'll slink back into the corner once again. Don't mind me.
And as all things kind of come to a close, Dan, Thistle, you are free to leave the house.
We take the boy with us, the barbarian boy.
Zavek.
Zavek, the half-orc barbarian, who helped you through the forest, the Hair Forest, eagerly joins you, ready to go home for the first time in hundreds of years.
Let's go!
Well, travel, leaving behind the new friends, the kind friends, everyone in Hell, knowing that you'll be back once again soon, as the contract demands it. You wave your goodbyes, give hugs to everyone you've recommended this plane of Hell to, and you are free to return home. Thistle, do you return to your temple?
I think so. I think they just kind of show off and like kick the door down and be like, haha, surprise, thought you got rid of me.
Everyone looks horrified upon your arrival. Some people fall to their knees as you walk in with the glowing blade gifted to you by the high priests themselves. You look worse for wear, but very much alive. And the person who damned you turns running. Dan, do you return to your temple?
No. No, I do not. I honor my agreement. And I would like to spend the next few decades working with the demons of El to create, beneficial things for all the planes.
And they are beneficial. It is a give and a take with Asmodeus. You get a few inches forward, he takes it a few inches back. You make things a little bit better, but he makes them a little bit worse. And you work with him with the information that you have with the Pact Primeval. Occasionally, you get to revisit your friend Thistle as they make their begrudging duties to help get all of the hellish but accessible means of passage. You are able to travel from plane to plane. A friendly bread maker who seems to have recently gotten out of a contract gratefully would like to return home, start a bakery somewhere a little bit kinder. You're able to visit the boatmen. You're able to visit a lot of people. You have made a lot of friends in Hell.
I really did. Everyone was really so nice.
And with the freedom of the two holy men trapped within the Hells, that is where we end the finale episode of Through Hells and Back.
I learned this one. This is the Devil Heart. I learned this one the other day.
All right, hold on, wait.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't have much.
Oh, that was so
dexterity in
good.
My pinkies, damn it.
gotta get the pinkies involved.
I don't have any no.
So you put your eyes to it. Ooh.
Hey, hearts.
Oh.
Little hearts.
Oh,
Oh,
Tommy,
I get it. I get it.
Tommy
All right.
used to
Yeah.
do the. Tommy used to do like the K-pop parts all the time. Except for
He
one
still
time,
does.
One time that he was on at the end of the show, he just messed it up and just did this. Like this. It was great.
The ultimate, the super heart.
Yeah, just
It's all about me, kid. It's all about me.
Well, Bree, this has been a fantastic season of fun viewer games.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
It's been a blast. It really has been. Lots of fun. Lots of laughter.
Okay, chat, hold on to everything. Buckle in your seatbelts. We're going to go on a raid. Before we do, let's go round. Bree, Avery, I want to hear your favorite parts of the season. And Sean and Ren, I'd love to hear your favorite part of today's session. And tell us who you are, where we can find you online, all that good stuff. Let's start with Ren.
It was a lovely, fun time. Thank you for the best second stream I've ever done. It's looking.
Oh, very
hopefully
good.
Definitely, my favorite thing was the friendship between Nadala and Agatha. Didn't expect to see that, but it was just wonderful chemistry.
It was amazing chemistry. I love when viewers just kind of come in like as good companions.
I like to picture that Agatha gets the school running and many more law students show up than she was expecting, but it's just the right fit for them.
A bunch of weirdos that love the idea of going to hell for a while. Very good. Very
Everyone's
good.
been so nice there. And I've put your Twitter handle in the chat for us. Is there anything else that you would like to plug?
I don't do much. Yeah, my Twitter's pretty average. Come be average with me, I guess.
Hey, for an average experience, there you go. Next, next round, we have Sean at the Maharishi.
Oh, hello. I am quite honored to be in this finale. This was a lot of fun. I am the Maharishi on Twitter. By day, I actually am a cybersecurity consultant for a big company that I do that company stuff. Usually on Mondays, you can see me on My Lady Saito's channel doing the Isles of Drahi. I envisioned Agatha just coming to Denala with like a new book she found, or coming to Denala with an idea. It's like I give her a book, something new to study and to find out. Just having this wonderful little symbiotic relationship in the middle of hell, because both of us are there for different reasons. We're stuck and we're making the best of it. And just finally like meeting Asmodeus and watching even him roll a 1.
Yeah, even when the great Asmodeus himself rolls a 1, you know it's DM Bree in charge.
Yeah, but
Gosh, thank you,
I do hope my killer blow description will
it is
forever reign true.
I will never ever forget that moment for as long as I DM ever.
Yeah, thank you very, very much for this. This was wonderful.
Good. Thank you so much for playing.
You, Avery. Oh hi.
Oh, hi. Sorry for coming in late this session, but it's
Just happy you're here.
Yay. But yeah, I think probably my favorite thing about the whole season is just everyone's characters coming in. Like every session I've enjoyed like the player characters that have been brought in by the guests, and I'm just like, this is wonderful. I love this. There's always been that kind of clique of the party going. I love that. I also love beating the shit out of devils, so that's great too. But yeah, I'm Avery. I go by Mapbout Online. I'm an artist and cosplayer. Commissions are closed at the moment, but they'll open up once I've caught up and all that sort of stuff. And that'll be like the only thing I'm posting throughout November with commission stuff, because I'm like, I need to step away from social media a bit. I'm gonna try and not do it for like a whole month and see how I go.
Yeah, I say that too.
I also need it for money.
Yeah,
I also need it for money.
Also fair.
My favorite part about this whole season 3 has been all of the different demons that we inevitably befriend and improve their quality of life on the way. It's been amazing. Except for that one.
Except for that one.
Which that was horrible. So thank you. Bree!
Hello, it's me, DM Bree. I have to agree with Avery on my favorite thing about this game is just the chemistry of the players who have come in to join the parties. Every week, I never had to worry for a moment about the people joining us because the connection was so real, the willingness to work together. Because let's be honest, it's not always easy coming into these viewer games as like a one-shot character, but everyone who's come on the entire season has had just so much vigor and readiness, and I've begun falling in love with characters that I'm only going to see for a 3-hour period of time, and it's really something special. I've also really enjoyed kind of everyone taking the opportunity to play such unique characters with no expectations, playing students, playing bakers, playing lawyers, playing all sorts of really unique characters, and really kind of coming in and just kind of shaking the way the story goes in such really amazing ways, and everyone being so willing to work together. I also created my favorite NPC in this campaign too, which is also another like really key point for me. It's just really amazing, and I'm really super grateful for all the people I've been able to play with. Viewer games are so special in that way. You get to DM for so many amazing people in such a short span of time, so it really gives you a lot of opportunities to kind of learn new things from different players and kind of adjust your DM style to make that work. So it's been really good for me. Really appreciate the opportunity, Scrat. I'm really glad you had me do it this season. It was a lot of fun.
I no regrets here. You've been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And every single session has had something thrilling about it, something exciting and amazing, and down to you.
Thank you. Well, I'm DM Bree. You can find me on Twitter at NPCBree. I might be taking a small hiatus soon for some mental health stuff, but you can always find me here on the Scratticus Academy, even when this season ends. I will be back on next season for sure. So I hope to see you all soon.
Well, as for me, everyone,
Bye.
check out my social links. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Come and be a part of the community. Send me a DM. I'll get you a game next season. We've got so many viewer games coming up. And as this is the last finale, now on YouTube, you can go and catch up with all of everything and binge watch them as you like. You've got 2 weeks between seasons. So go and click on the YouTube. Go and subscribe. Bring up those numbers. That'd be wonderful. And also feel free to check out all of the shows. If you want, maybe if you're thinking about getting in a viewer game, but you're not sure what it'd be like, and maybe you've only seen snippets of this, you can go and check them out and see what they all look like, and do all that cool stuff. Check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press. They make the Dark Matter expansion for 5e, where their hardback book will be coming out in December. We're going to be on their booth at PAX U. We'll see you there. And also, the Deck of Many. Check out the Deck of Many. They created the Deck of Many Things. Their Humble Word book, attractive book. Just picking up the bonus book again, and then throwing the Humble. This book is beautiful. It allows wonderful play. One of my favorite parts is the Cleric domain. There is a Cleric domain in here, which is the community domain. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All sorts of Channel Divinity, Magnificent Feast, Community Watch, all of that good stuff. Paragon of the People. Really wonderful. Check it all out. It's good. Go and pre-order it now. It's great stuff. We are going to go on a raid. We're going to go and raid OBB190. They are playing a horror game. Game which I may also consider playing later on today. I don't know. I need to get some things on my to-do list done, but then I might do a stream later on, do a special Halloween stream, and do some spooky stuff to celebrate the end of the season.
Spoopy.
Hiccup. Anyway, we need a raid cry. We'll use our traditional one. Why not? I've got hiccups right at the end of the stream. Let's evoke emotions, everyone. Let's go over and hit Rachel. Copy it to your clipboard. Come and say hi with me. And do the thing. Until next time, everyone, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you, next season now. Oh, the 9th of November, 24-hour charity scene. We'll see you there.
9th of November.
Yes.
Charity stream. Extra life.
Bye.
Bye. 2 things before we go.